I wear my dirt like a gold chain. Mama said stand where you came from, even when I got the block in my walk, no shame. Every scar on my name got fame. Look at me still standing tall. Every corner taught me how to ball. Different roots, but we cut from pride. Tell the whole room we don't hide. No apology, I'm proud. I'm proud, I'm proud. Same name, same sound. Same sound. From the hood to the fields, we loud. We loud, we loud. Hold your head, stand your ground. Stand your ground. From the projects where the summers hit hard, to the back roads with the dogs in the yard. We were raised on grit and a little bit of fire, hand down dreams and a love for the higher. Front porch talks, corner store plans, quick witch, drawn back, callous hands. If you know that life, then you know this truth. We don't buy for the wrong, we salute. Look at me standing tall. Every corner taught me how to ball. Different roots, but we cut from pride. Tell the whole room we don't hide. No apology, I'm proud. I'm proud, I'm proud. Same name, same sound. Same sound. From the hood to the fields, we loud. We loud, we loud. Hold your head, stand your ground. Stand your ground. Yeah. Let them talk, we still here. Hard-earned steps, no fear. City kid, country king. All of us built from the skin we're in. Raise it up when your name get called. One love strong, we standing all. No apology, I'm proud. I'm proud, I'm proud. Same name, same sound. Same sound. From the hood to the fields, we loud. We loud, we loud. Hold your head, stand your ground. Stand your ground. From the block to the pine tree road, we go where the real ones go. No apology, that's the code. Proud roots heavy, let's show. Yeah. Hey. From the steps where the paint done peeled. Same sky, same hunger, same steel. New York block or a red clay lane. I wear my dirt like a gold chain. Mama said stand where you came from, even when they try to make me tame, son. I got the block in my walk, no shame. Every scar on my name got fame. Look at me still standing tall. Every corner taught me how to ball. Different roots, but we cut from pride. Tell the whole room we don't hide. No apology, I'm proud. I'm proud, I'm proud. Same name, same sound. Same sound. From the hood to the fields, we loud. We loud, we loud. Hold your head, stand your ground. Stand your ground. From the projects where the summers hit hard, to the back roads with the dogs in the yard. We were raised on grit and a little bit of fire, hand down dreams and a love for the higher. Front porch talks, corner store plans, quick witch, drawn back, callous hands. If you know that life, then you know this truth. We don't buy for the wrong, we salute. Look at me standing tall. Every corner taught me how to ball. Different roots, but we cut from pride. Tell the whole room we don't hide. No apology, I'm proud. I'm proud, I'm proud. Same name, same sound. Same sound. From the hood to the fields, we loud. We loud, we loud. Hold your head, stand your ground. Stand your ground. Yeah. Let them talk, we still here. Hard-earned steps, no fear. City kid, country king. All of us built from the skin we're in.
Scott Free is going live.
Let's go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Same name, same sound.
People. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. I am your host himself, L. Scott. You? No, you don't. But one of these days, you're going to see the name on the screen. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, you get to see the Scott Free Morning Show. But anyways, I digress. People, I'm sorry for being late again. I'm making sure everything is on, so please give me 1 second to make sure everything is working like it's supposed to. Boom, it is. Boom, 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 bap, bing. I think everything's working. If it's not, well, kiss my ass. It is what it is today. But I'm trying something different. So on the backup page, if you're looking in on L. Scott's page on TikTok, I'm trying to make sure I got it right. We are streaming in multiple places today. So I want to make sure everything is working like it's supposed to. Hold on a second. I got to do one more thing I just thought about. I knew it was something I was forgetting. Hold on. All right, just want to make sure that was it. Make sure I refresh that. Anyways, if you're on the backup page, like I said, if you're on L. Scott's page on TikTok, what you're gonna run into is this: today I'm having to use an entire different microphone so they can stop banning the live. But as of right now, until I can figure out what I want to do to get I could play that, but I don't want to play that. I could play the audio in the background, but it's a bit much to get it done. So rather right now, we're gonna waive that for now until I get more comfortable with this setup that I got going right now. So anyways, that's business. So other than that, yeah, today's episode, as you can see, as requested, we're gonna have a quick conversation about the legacy of Clive Davis. And the reason why I say the legacy is, excuse me 1 second. The reason why I say the legacy is because, now I'll be honest with you guys. I was requested to do this, and if she's in here, I'll shout her out in a few. But I can't see the comments right now. So, but I was requested to put out to talk about the Clive Davis, his legacy. I think that when everybody gets in here, we'll do that later on. We'll dive into my timeline first. But when we get into that a little bit later on, we'll let people come in so they can give their thoughts and opinions on the whole matter. What I did do today, though, is I have compiled, because like I said, I know about the man, and and I know a few things about allegedly. Okay, again, alleged. All this is alleged, because I know part of what group, the little people he is a part of that group. So I want to say we'll talk with if we want to keep the channel up, we're going to talk with a little bit of sense today. So, but I definitely want to dive into it. I want to get your guys' opinion, and I got a couple of videos that I'm going to play that's in conjunction. So things that we can talk about. One thing I generally know about with people is you can discuss the bad behavior someone has done to a black person. And today that's what we're going to discuss, is the bad behaviors that he probably has potentially, allegedly, I don't know. We'll see where the videos go, but we'll see what that tells us, because I'm not exactly sure. But until then, we'll get there. But until then, I have a super duper, I want to cuss right now, but I have a super duper amount of stories that we can cover until then. But let me make sure again everything is working well. Let me make sure everything is working fine. Again, L. Scott's page on TikTok. You guys, my audio may be a little bit chalky too, because I'm using a wireless mic for you guys today. It was a makeshift. I wanted to make sure I went live with you guys, but so you're gonna unfortunately not be able to hear the audios that I play in the background like I'm ready to do now, but I'll try my best to narrate for you guys without throwing off the energy of the show. So, but if you do want to hear the whole full context, you can either go over to YouTube at 300 Radio, and you can do that by doing 300, the number 300, radio, you know how to spell radio, and the number 1. Pull up my big beautiful face. We're screaming. I don't know why I want to be country and hood today. We are streaming live right now over there. Or you can go over, if you're on TikTok right now, you can go over to Scott Free Morning Show, and we're streaming over there, and you'll be able to hear everything. But anyways, that's like it's enough of the homework. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into this thing. I want to dive into my timeline again. Let me get myself warmed up, and give people time to come on in. So until then, what's the first thing on my list? First things first, people. I want to play a video for you people. You people meaning my people. I want to play a video for you from a white tea man who is a restaurant owner. And when I say it's getting bad, because y'all know if you hear yesterday or any other day previous, I'm telling you it's getting bad. I have a black folks. I am the drum beat to that soundtrack. We're going to talk about that damn near every day. We are in trouble, folks, as a people, and they're going to push harder and harder. It's not ready to get better when he get out of office. It's just going to get progressively worse, because that's the plan. So with that being said, let me play this man's video, and you guys tell me what you think. Oh, hold on. It'd be better if you could hear it.
The landlord's been very nice to me. The customers are fucking broke.
So 36.
Everything has gone up. I'm very behind in my rent for the restaurant. My landlord's been very nice to me. The customers are fucking broke. They're broke.
Yeah.
I'm running specials, all-inclusive specials for $13. These fucking people can't afford to buy them. That's how bad it is. I'm having people buy premium stuff, and the people that can't afford the specials aren't even coming in anymore. And everything's made homemade and everything.
So basically, for the people on L. Scott's page over there, basically what the restaurateur is saying is basically people can't even afford to buy his product. It's not even down to the fact of whether you're, and I believe him. I don't think it has anything to do. People are not showing up to buy products. People are not showing up to buy restaurants. People are not going to events. People are not going to games. People are not going. I got a wrestling podcast. People are not going to wrestling events. You want to know why? Because people don't have no money. Look, the van life, the RV life, the living off grid, the tiny home, all of this is exploding with people because they are breaking us in every way. And I'm telling you guys, this is the unfortunate part. There is no escaping. Now you can minimize it. You can definitely prepare yourself so at least you're not first up. See, first of all, people who have no usable skill sets when it comes to survival, meaning not know how to grow any food, doesn't have a stock of water, doesn't know how to have anything off the grid, you're gonna be sitting ducks if you ever got down to. Like if we had a zombie apocalypse, we are sitting ducks at that point if you're at that level because you have no usable skill sets and you're gonna be either out here robbing and stealing. Something's gonna eventually happen. I love TikTok Shop though. Or you are going to be removed very quickly. And I'm gonna just say that that's first things first. So I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm just saying the way these people work generally is this. You can't avoid it because they're gonna make sure that there are no other options other than taking what we give you. What do I mean? Think of AI. AI is already in the last 5 years, especially in like the last 2 or 3, has integrated itself so woven so deep into our culture to where it's not going to be able to be removed because everybody's going to be so used to its capabilities. I'll give you an example. I was at the barbershop the other day, and when I was in there, there was a guy in there talking about doing stand-up. But what this dude has been doing, he has been using his meta glasses to give him help with his jokes. Okay, now, first things first. In my opinion, I think this AI can do a lot of things. But I don't think it's going to be able to give you that type of humor because what makes a comedian isn't the joke, it's the person telling the joke. And I don't think that has you got to have a soul to be able to do that, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. To be honest with you, that's why I think white TV comedians a lot of times not that funny. It's just because they lack soul when they get on the stage. Things are like mechanical. Like you get someone to George Carlin's, what's my man name? I can't think of redhead right now. But some of them, they have soul about them. I ain't even talking people like Gary Owens. I'm talking about these other ones that I don't need them to act like black folk. I just need them to be sensible, decent human beings that don't live in la la land like some of these other people. And these, like George Carlin was one he was. But anyways, I don't know how I went down that road. But I will say this. It is going to get rough. And if you're not prepared, it's going to get pretty crazy out here for people. And this is showing. Because I say this and I move on. There is nothing you can do about it. If they suck all the water up, they're going to start rationing water out. They're already saying it. And I know if you're hearing it in the background, it's going to be in the forefront soon. So prepare. I hope you're getting your water together. That's one. They're telling you that they're running out of energy, or bills are going through the roof. People's light bills in certain areas are going into the thousands for a month. They are allowing this to happen, telling you we got to need it for the data center. You don't need the data center. You want the data centers. So what you're telling the American people is that we're going to let you crash out because we want this. Now, do you think they're going to crash out themselves? No. But it's going to be you. You're going to be the one in the Hunger Games. I don't think people understand that what they do with movies is they give you exactly what the movie said. Like, it's going to be Hunger Games. It's just not going to look or feel like it to you in your mind. One thing about it, that's what they do. Like, classic example, you are on still a plantation. It's just an open air plantation. And the rules that you live by, the laws that they have that are so tight is what keeps you in this open air prison. I mean, excuse me, I love TikTok Shop. I do. I love Plantation. TikTok Shop. And I only say that because it's I don't think people understand it. I think they don't, and what I was trying to get to is that they don't give you an option. I said this yesterday. if you think you're going to avoid all the AI and all this other jazz, what they're going to basically do, they're going to make it so much to where it has to be used. It's not going to be whether you want to. It's going to have to be used. Otherwise, you're going to have to live like the Amish. That's what they're basically telling you. And again, most people can't survive like that. They don't know how to survive like that. But it's coming. And there's only one thing to stop it. And it's very simple. It's actually one word. No. You just got to actually do it and stand on it. Hit the like button, share the live, appreciate it. Come on in, people. Again, if you're on L.Scott's page in the backup page, you're not going to be able to hear the audio today, and my microphone is probably really wonky. But rock with me. If you want to hear a clear version, go over to the Scott Free Morning Show and watch it there. But anyways, I'm moving on from there. We're going to get into the main talk about Clive Davis in the middle, just giving people time to come on in, come on in, come on in. I promise you we're going to get there. What else is in the timeline that I want to cover? Listen to this, people, black folks. Black folks that tell people, they like to tell black people all the time that you are not intelligent enough to compete with these other races of people. Hey, the Asians are just amazing. The East Indians are now the new smart people. If that's the case, explain this to me.
So 36,000 Indian IT students were tested, and the results were what? What the fuck? So out of 36,000 Indian IT students that were tested to see if they were actually qualified, only less than 2% came back qualified. Less than 2%, under 2%, 1.6%. Why the fuck are they here? Why are they here? And then you still have to train them.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Still have to train them. Why are they here? Why aren't you taking those skills, the same trainings, and giving them to Americans?
You want to know why? Because I don't want you to have nothing, and I want to complain about you not having nothing and complain about what you use and what you do to get something because you ain't got nothing. I just want to complain, but I want to keep making it to where you live like that. Why you say that? Because of stuff like this. Why would you bypass what's going on? Who that said that? What's going on, Pepper? Why would you bypass people on, I say this about the entertainment business all the time. Why would you bypass the people on your soil currently that have been producing high quality content, meaning acting in movies and sports and the type? We've made ourselves into the #1 country in the world when it comes to that field. Why would you bypass all of that to go overseas somewhere and pull in more folks and then try to replace the ones that's been doing it for you this long? Why is America, before I go deeper into that, why is America falling apart? Because it's falling apart. It ain't just black folks. Let me stress that real quick, and then I'm gonna come back to this young fella sir here. But you don't believe me? It's not just black folks. Well, let's put it to the test. Let's put it to the test. I got a few things I want to run by my people as soon as I find it. Hold on one second. Oh, I hate when I mess up the energy of the show. Give me a second. Okay, here's one. Here's a young man filling out a job application. I want you guys to listen and listen carefully.
All right, what's it asking you?
My address.
You don't know your address?
No.
You've lived here your whole life and you don't know your address. What's the next question?
No. Date of birth.
Yeah, what's your date of birth?
September 24th.
Right, what year?
2025.
No, what year were you born? Your date of birth is the month, day, and year that you were born. What year were you born in?
Yeah, September 24th.
What's the next question?
What's the SS?
Your social security number.
Oh, I don't got one.
You do have one. Everybody has a social security number. You were born
No, I
with
don't.
it. Yes, you do.
I swear I ain't got one.
I'm telling you,
I asked them.
Now, people, how many people in your family, you hear little kids lie like this? This is ridiculous. What are they going to school for? Here all the time. But what are they going to school for? Literally, what are these kids going to school for? They're not learning anything. See, we are falling behind because they want you to fall behind. You don't believe me? Why are these? Let's keep going. I can keep going. Let me take some young. Now, mind you, they keep telling us it's just the darkies, the black people. They don't understand that. We the ignorant folks. Everybody else is thriving in the world. You know the white man is superior to everyone else. Why do your women sound like this?
What country did the United States gain its independence from?
Europe. I can't.
Who was the first president of the USA?
He had a top hat. Yeah.
Wait, what's his name? What's his name?
Abraham Lincoln?
Okay, what do you think?
Yeah. Lincoln. I think it's Lincoln too. The guy in that top hat.
Lincoln? What country is the Great Wall of China in?
Tokyo?
What language did the people in Idaho speak? Someone blurted out.
Idahoan.
How many years are in a decade, Gemma?
12.
How many are in a century?
500.
I'm not even gonna hold you no more. I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this, and we're gonna move on from it. That is what that side is producing. But you want to know why they don't live destitute, broke, poor, and these young? Because these young ladies they got money. You can tell they got a little bit of paper on them. You know why they get to live like that? And this is why I tell people all the time, hard work don't mean nothing. Don't let them people sell you on they just better workers, they just hard workers, they just more intelligent. No, this is what they are producing, but yet and still they hold all the wealth. Why? Because they hold all the wealth. They're giving you an excuse to keep you relevant, to keep you moving, to keep you motivated to get up to go to work tomorrow. For them, that's what they're giving you. They know people move better when they have an open air prison versus having to go on a plantation with chains and shackles. You're more productive this way. You don't have to put manpower. Now, they have the same thing. Slave catchers and the police, the same thing, but it's the exact same thing. They just moved it. I need for people who always make the statement that racism is not the thing anymore. I need for you to understand and to ask me, well, I need for you to make me understand. Why would the people who dominated you to the point they became the richest people in the world get rid of it? We have seen in multiple different ways that they don't care anything about you. They care nothing about your life, your family's life. They will take your family, even if they're not pugning you and laying you somewhere out. They are taking your children, they're taking your men, they're taking your women and throwing them into little cells at 4x4s and 5x5s and 10x10s and telling them spend the rest of your existence in this space and I'm gonna go home and eat mashed potatoes. What world did you live in that you're telling people that did not harm someone else that they do not deserve to be on the street ever again? I would even say this, I bear to go as far as to say this. When they have told us that in the 1980s, that the United States government is the reason they flooded our communities with drugs. And then they proceeded to take all of those men and throw them into prison and say they don't deserve to ever come out here ever again. While all of them are walking the street as good citizens. I don't think that those men should be in prison forever, because even though they fooled and orchestrated all these other things, what we are doing, our people are always held to a higher standard because we don't make any of the decisions. And what I keep saying is that you can't get me to capitulate until it is equal. Because I'm watching these children here. They love to show videos of our children being this retarded. Excuse me. I love TikTok Shop. I do. They love to show those videos. They love to keep talking about how our children just can't learn and do. And then this is what they're producing, but they are cloaked in. They have the system. They have a military that's going to back them up to make sure this young lady keeps her position in life. It has nothing to do with hard work. You need to figure out how to be as lucrative when it comes to income that you can make without working as hard. That is the actual thing that you should be doing. You want to know how I know it? For the people who worked in factories, to the people who worked in call centers, to the people who have had district managers and general managers that just drop in once a year. As they roll in with their expensive suits and their nice bags and their nice cars and they stay in the nicest hotel when they come into town. And as they walk around they don't work hard. That is the most work they've done all year, is walking through that place with you. For some odd reason, we don't seem to get that's where you want to be. I'm going to tell you how they have funneled our children into low self-esteem. We have always used it was kind of like a gender thing, even though I still think women shouldn't stop here either. But nurses and doctors, it was always like the doctors were the male, nurses were the females, because female had more compassion, love. They had easier ways of being hands-on with patients. Got it. Well, then why am I seeing now they're glorifying, and I'm not trying to knock these brothers, but it was Morehouse. They talking about they have the most black males have ever entered into the nursing program than ever. I wonder the fuck why. I just want us to realize that you got to get away from these folks because they have figured out a way to project onto us all the negative things that they want to. And at the exact same time, absolve themselves. And the stuff that they cannot absolve, they either hide, cloak, or just don't talk about. But people say, how did we get here? I can tell you how we get here, and I promise you, people, we're going to get to the main topic of the show. I promise you, I'm letting people give time to get in here. Yes, work harder at working smarter. I agree. That is a perfect way of putting it. And you're right. And hold on, before I move on, they are flooding you. They're flooding you with people. Now, let me give you more context. Let me go back to that before I move on to the reason why all this is happening. But the reason why they're going and getting those ones, those H-1B1 visas, people don't understand. Their whole existence being in this country is predicated on them being employed at those places. So they can't be like you or I and say, man, fuck this, I'm out of here. Let me cut myself up. Man, I'm out of here. So they have to do it. And then too, because mind you, you've seen, if you are on Instagram, Facebook, or in TikTok alike, you have seen the Goop Scoop video. You see what East India look like. You don't want to go back there. So they will work them people to death and they gonna work them around the clock. They the work slave. They are. Allegedly, I heard somewhere. So when I see that, and I know that's happening, that's on purpose. So what people don't realize is they have convinced you that they said the excuse that they gave you to bypass you was you were not intelligent enough, so we had to go get smarter people, which was in turn a lie. But what they really meant was we wanted to bypass you because you really deserve, and we have to pay you a kind of have to pay you a fair wage, which we'll lose profit. You'll gain wealth in your community, which we do not want. That's the main goal. And we can just bring over some more enslaved people and then work them to death, and then we can not even have to employ you. But we do have a prison cell for you, so you don't have to worry about eating, young fella. So that's what you're gonna get. Hit the like button, shut it loud. Let's keep. I had to say that about that, but that's why they bring them over here. See, you got to think of this. It's only like a handful of types that they're gonna allow to stay immigrant, and that's why you never hear about. Like, for example, who darker than the East Indian? I wait. Honestly, who's darker than these? Nobody. So if none of them is darker than the East Indian, then why do they get preferential treatment when it comes? You don't hear about them getting rubbed up by the police. You don't see them getting tousled up and all that stuff. And I think it's a couple of reasons why you don't see them going through it. See, people think that skin tone is everything. No, that's not what it is. It's multiple things. One, again, they live in Goop Scoop land. Don't nobody want to live there. That's one. So they let them come over for that reason, because they know that they can work the dog crap out of them. Another thing, phenotypically, if you notice that their hair texture is close to their hair texture. So phenotypically, even though their skin is darker, they match them solely closer when it comes to that. 90, I appreciate that. 90% of them are classified white on documentation here in America. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. So East Indians are allowed to be classified as white. That's why you're not seeing them grappled up. They're doing that. So then that's that. What was the other thing? I had another reason why. Please forgive me. But and I was gonna say too. So that's why you don't see when ICE is rounding up people. That's why you don't hear a lot of these Indians talk. Then there's another reason why you don't hear a lot of stuff like Ukrainians, Venezuelans. Only one they kind of do, this is the smoke screen. You like, remember, these people love buffers. They have to give you smoke screens so they don't look direct. So, what are you talking about? Where you at in the story? Let me ask you. I'm sorry. I'll tell you, Phil, but you got to tell me where you at in the story. What did I say? You said they are black, they behave differently, and they are Asian. Yeah, I don't think. So you think it's respect? No, it's one phenotypic. Asians again. Remember, Europe and Asia are on the same continent. They are been intermixing for years. They are pretty much phenotypically the same thing, other than the Asian guy, you know, their eyes are a bit different. That's it. Hopefully that wasn't offensive. I'm not trying to get pulled down. I love TikTok Shop. So I'm talking about East Indians right now. That's what I was talking about. Maybe that's who you think I'm talking about. So you got East Indians like this. You got Asians like this. They don't get grappled up. Asians don't get grappled up. ICE ain't grabbing them. ICE ain't grabbing them. Only one, ICE ain't grabbing Venezuelans. ICE is only really technically grabbing a lot of Mexicans, right? But they are the smokescreen because Mexicans are still the second largest number group of people here already. They ain't like they really trying to stop them. They went from being the third largest to bypassing us. So that means they have let the borders open for years. So what people don't understand, so you got to understand you got to understand supremacy of the W's. I said that way because I love TikTok Shop. You said I just got here with a big good conversation. You said if you fall in, you may understand it. So I say for people like this, you only send. That's why I know that it can't be about skin tone because these Indians will be grappled up later. They just cloak you and they try to fool you into believing things like the whole we don't like the Asians. Yes, you do. You ain't nothing to see a white man with an Asian lady. They do business together. Mind you, don't believe these people when they say they don't like Asians. You want to know how I know it? Because they gave their whole manufacturing to their country. You don't dislike somebody and you give them their entire manufacturing to them. Everything comes out of China, does it not? What do you say here? That they get, mind you, they don't respect the Asians. Remember, they dropped the bomb on them twice. That's not respect. They did the opioid wars on China. They don't respect them. What it is, Chinese people refuse to allow you to disrespect them. See, y'all got, let me give you a little history lesson real quick. Okay. The British or Europe, whatever country you want to call it, I forgot which one it was, but they went up into China. Was all up in the late 1800s, dropping them opioids off. They were high as 12 kites up there in China. China was strung out like in a downtown street with there's the whole stroke. It was literally popping. That's how it was. China said, oh no, we have to fix this. We got to get ourselves together. They put them people out. Y'all got to go. We got to have it, and we can't no more than them drugs up in here. That's why they so strict on them now. So when they put them out, guess what happened to China? They went from being a strung out bunch of people. They started building themselves until they got economically deprived. And then when they got economically deprived, they went into a third world status. And then the United States said, hell, I'll give you all my manufacturing. That's fine. I pass all them people been making all these made in America products that everybody wanted. You said back in the day, and now we don't want that no more. We want Chinese products. It's cheaper. I understand. You're not going to cheap yourself out of existence, though. Remember, if you run this country, right? And don't tell me about Trump because all of them do it. This is not a party line thing. This is a governmental issue problem. They all do it. When they get in there, they are self-serving to themselves at the top, and they make sure just the elite are taken care of. They care about no one else. Ask me how I know. There is no middle class in America anymore. You either are floating or you are rich. Ask me how I know. It's too many entertainers going broke. I saw some of my time I was going to talk about. Did I remember who it was? I can't remember who it was, though. But these people are going flat out broke. All of them in the line. People selling their home. People trying to make money. Nobody's paying. Hollywood is broke. Hollywood's not paying any money anymore. They have taken sports and went overseas and started applying all these foreign people. That's what they're doing. Hate it or love it. It's happening. Hold on one second. Oh, yeah, still up there. So what I want people to understand is it is what it is. You got to go with it. But anyways, I digress. I mean, I don't know. But last thing before we get into the main topic, I'll say this. This young lady posted this. Now, I've read this before. And this is, and for all intents, what you say, scamming until they, that is true. For all intents and purposes, right? This right now, I've seen this before and I haven't found anything to refute it to be true myself. And I remember I've seen this for years. Now, she's getting her mind blown today. But I want you guys to hear this.
After I read this to you, you will literally be forced, like you will be.
Hit the like button, share the live, people. Let's keep it going. Let's ride this thing till the wheels fall off today. It's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I don't know what happened on Tuesday, but it sounds like it's gonna be a fun day. Let's do it.
Shaken out of your sleep, but it's going to be so intense and so in your face that you are literally going to want to go back to sleep at this point. So literally proceed with caution. Let's read this. This is the Masonic Creed written by John D. Rockefeller. If you don't know who the Rockefellers are, the Rothschilds,
Allegedly, for entertainment purposes only.
of the top richest families. John D. Rockefeller founded the General Board of Education.
I appreciate the give too. Thank you. Appreciate that. Heart that.
The education that we learn, the education that is programming us. Listen to this. We will keep their lives short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways. Mind you, this was written in the 1800s, so that they never see what is happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives in food and water, as well as in the air.
Starting to sound familiar? Let's keep going.
They will be covered in poisons wherever they turn. The soft metals will...
Starting to sound familiar? Poison in everything. Poison in your strawberry. Poison in your peanut butter. Poison in your lotion. Poison in your toothpaste. Poison on your steering wheel. Poison in your cup you drinking out of. Poison in your shades, poison in everything they are producing, poison in your clothes. They are slowly, methodical. Do you not realize the version of you that you are existing in right now is not the real version of you, me, either of us? We are not our highest selves. I used to say this about Dr. Umar, and this was before he went butt-ball crazy. To me, allegedly, I don't know. But I just say when he went butt-ball crazy, for me, this man was so intelligent, I kept thinking to myself, as unhealthy as he can tell he is carrying himself, could you imagine what he would be if he was optimal with health? So to me, I know we're not moving at our optimal selves. I know that you, ma'am, sir, at work right now, you go to process something, you say, man, I'm not processing like I used to. Ma'am, I know the lady who got sticky notes all over her fucking monitor on her computer to remind her everything. That's not you. That is what they're poisoning you with. If your joints hurt, if you are full of mucus, if you always have a cold, you are full of mucus. Why are you full of mucus? Because everything that you eat, your body is going to produce mucus to protect itself. If you go in the grocery store and they tell you it's radically farmed, it's farmed with humane inside of another farm. Everything has got to be something that they don't produce. They got to put chemical in everything. How do you have an entire store that is GMO that they put into neighborhoods? Yes, they have them in your community sometimes. All of them have it, but these stores literally have everything in them. And then this is the kicker. You people argue with me about how I'm crazy, and especially stuff that hasn't been proven yet, but I'll say it because I'm the Negro Nostradamus. I say it, it's gonna come true. So I'm sitting back and I'm watching all this stuff happen, and I think to myself, what is wrong with us when it happened to this? Oh, got dry in my mouth just then. I'm telling you, these people with those stores, they are making them so GMO. Why is it this? Why is it that the FDA, the people that they say love you, that they are put into business solely to protect you from going any harm? They put rules into place to make sure that you're taken care of. Allow a store to exist when they have told you they do not know what GMOs is going to do to your body long term. They know that each one of these yellow dot number 8, this super red number blue, all of this is a chemicals. It's in paint. It's in Lysol. Why are you putting it in food? Because you are trying to do what this young lady is reading. Don't tell me it's not real.
Will make them lose their minds. We will promise to find a cure for our many funds, and yet we will give them more poison. Chemical poisons will be absorbed through the skin of idiots who believe these certain hygiene and beauty products presented by great actors and musicians will bring eternal youth to their faces and bodies. And through their thirsty and hungry mouths, we will destroy their minds and systems of internal organs reproduction. However, their children will be born disabled and deformed, and we will hide this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything around them, in what they drink, eat, breathe, wear. We will be in...
Does it sound familiar? That's what I keep saying. It is not a game. Again, I said this just, I keep trying to stay away from this one conversation because people keep thinking to themselves, why do we go through this? Because what you are experiencing. I think this is the game that got my mama's generation, my grandmama's generation, far as back as we had to deal with these people. I know what game that has tripped them up. This is the one thing. You have viewed them as being fellow humans as yourself. Meaning you view them as being exactly like you, having humanity that you have. Not all black people have it, but the majority of you do. That's a far cry. No, it's not. When I have to hear a white tea woman tell her 3-4-year-old daughter in the backseat of her car, if you get lost, mommy's talking to daughter. White tea people, if you get lost, who do you find first? Do you find the police officer? No. Who do you find? The biggest, blackest person you can find. Male. Why? Because he will protect you. How does this woman know this? Because that's who we are as a people. Now, they project out other things, so we sit around and being scared of ourselves. But I'll tell you this. You think you scared of your own people? You're really nervous around them. And you're not nervous because you're intimidated. You're nervous around them because you ain't comfortable. Go on a college tour. Go to a PWI. You're going to see all the beautiful landscaping. All the houses are going to be amazing. Everything is going to be everything. I'm telling you, it's going to be fly. Your dorm is going to be better, everything. But as you walk around, and especially if you with someone like your parents or something like that, take your young kids. If you leave them kids on their own and let them just wander by themselves, they're going to be so uncomfortable. That beauty is going to start fading because they're going to see all the energy that them folks going to give that young lady and that young man. But then I take them to HBCU. Now, HBCUs, majority of them are underfunded and they have weak, good God, I can't think of the word I'm thinking for right now. Their curriculum is weak as hell. And then two, they get disrespected because they disrespect everything black people do. I'll get back to that in a second, hopefully. But when you're there, when you see the people, when you meet the administration, when you run into those folks, it always feels more like home. Walk away from those kids then. They can see the beauty in it. Oh man, it's black. There's some people, they hanging out over there stepping. Okay, that's what you feel. Now, I'm not saying that which one is going to be better or worse because both of them got negatives to them. So you have to now, for you, not for me, for you as an individual, as a parent that's putting your kid through this situation, you have to do just like I did. What is the best path for that child? I had to put two daughters through college. So when I put them through, both of them are totally opposite kids. So I had to go in two different directions with their futures. Well, that's how you plan. You plan per the kid, not what you want for them. So if an HBCU works for you and needs that for that child, send them there. If a PWI for whatever fucking reason you need to send them there, send them there. I'm gonna tell you like this, regardless, at the end of the day, whoever running both of them is gonna be the white D people. It is what it is. One just has a black face on it. Ask me how I know. I remember years ago when I found out that Spelman was basically named, it was named after Rockefeller's wife's maiden name. That's what the fuck the school's named after. I was like, oh, that's why the school. Oh, I don't spoke negative. I'm sorry. Let me stop it. I love TikTok shop. I do. I love it. I do. Let me let this young lady finish, then we're gonna get into it.
Genius in distributing the poisons because this is so long. This is so long and there's so much here. I could literally make a part 2 reading the rest of the creed. I want to read you guys 2 quotes from John D. Rockefeller himself. Like, to get into his father and his family lineage is a whole other thing. It's crazy. When they rise up against us, we will crush them like insects because they are less than that. They will be helpless to do nothing or to do anything about it. The second one is I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. He's in charge. He founded the Board of Education, right? Training us to be little freaking worker bots.
All right, so she's going to dive deeper into that. And it's true. Think about it matter of fact, it's just like everything falling in line today. So if that's the case, then this is probably why this is happening. What's behind it? Hold on.
Now currently has 33 feet.
No, hold on.
First season.
Hold on.
I don't care.
Okay. shoot, I can't find it. There was a video that's gonna play right into that because it basically was talking about the school system, and the school system is basically designed in a fashion that you are to be a worker, not a thinker. And I know, look, and I don't have any problem with workers. Look, if you want the simplistic life, I'm older now, I want a simplistic life. When I was younger, sky's the limit. I wanted to go everywhere, be everywhere, and I wanted to conquer the world, right? Nigga, now, boy, on the weekend, if I ain't got nothing going on, like, bro, I'm sitting on the couch. What are you talking about? I'm gonna spend $100 just to go outside. So I don't want to go anywhere. So I tell people all the time, if simplistic is what you want, that's what you should be able to have. They have taken that away from you. What's going on, Cool? Yeah, they do. But it's just they've taken away all of your stuff from it. And it's gotten to the point to where I don't even know what we're gonna do anymore. It's like if at some point we're either gonna have to I think this is my thing. I think we're gonna separate ourselves from them completely and just move on. Hold on one second.
Please tell me y'all saw the video of him.
Well, so this video may get censored or taken down, but I'm.
So let me get to the Clive thing. You guys came for the title. Let me get into it. Anyway, so so we talked about Clive Davis. So what we is that now? Again, I myself personally have not dove heavy in to the situation. What's going on, Kim? Peace. What's going on? So I haven't dived deep into them. I heard the innuendos like you guys have heard over the years. So instead of me, because I was asked to do the video. So to do the video, I want you guys to give me your input as well. Anything that you've heard that this man may have been involved in, let me know, and I'm gonna tell you what I think and who and why I have a problem. So let me tell you my problem with it before I play the video. My problem with this young fella has been over the years is this. And I'm gonna not use names, but you people, you read between the freaking lines. You know what I'm going with this. Look, this is why when I talk about white people, I just say all of them. I don't separate them. I don't separate them because neither one of them have ever separated. Like, mind you talk to one, they German. You talk to another one, they Italian. You talk, somewhere else. But one thing I definitively know, they can all be from where they want. Irish can be beefing with Italians, but when it comes to a Negro, they gonna get on one accord. So I do not separate them. I know that them little happy people are the ones who run a lot of this different stuff and they do a lot of different stuff to us. I get it. I can't say their name. Why? Do you want him to talk tomorrow? I can't. Now, if I had a little bit of control, that's what I'm shooting for. I wanted to get to the point where we got a little bit of control where I can say, man, whatever the fuck I won't do and let's move it. Then you do it, but you got to play your position. And I'm just saying, to me, when I see this young fella, why is it so? This is what I say about them folks all the time. The reason why I know everything that they tell her has some level of a lie to it, if not all, is it's because there's always smoke where there's going to be smoke there, so I know there's a fire. And these folks always got stories, bro. For him, from Whitney Houston and how she passed and the stuff that he did to her early, for the grooming of P. Diddy, I know y'all have heard of this stuff. I've heard Shaka Khan say things. I've heard Barry White say things. I've just heard a lot of people have a lot of things to say about this man. I've heard a lot of things that says that you have to do with him in the bedroom to get things done. I believe all these things. I've heard all the people who have no money. But the one that got me the most, and I'll play that up front, is going to be, hold on, let me go over here. I got to pull it up. I forgot I hadn't even pulled it up. I'm going to go to, if you guys heard the story, you probably heard Left Eye. And she talked about it, right? Hold on.
The record company, Clive Davis, we held them hostage like guns, the whole shebang. Yeah, it was like that.
Because, wait a minute. I want to make sure we understand.
Yes.
Guns?
Yes, guns.
With bullets?
With bullets.
Come on, give me the story,
I'm going to tell you because TLC had generated on Crazy Sexy Cool $75 million, and they gave us $50,000 a piece. So I was like,
people, did you hear it? I know you've heard this story before, but let's put it fresh in your mind because we're talking about the legacy of this young fella. Now, people will say that's just business. I say that is a load of sugar honey iced tea. Why do I say that? You do not generate 75 million records or $1 million and give me 50,000. And I'm the one singing. I'm the one dancing. I'm the one in the studio. You don't do none of it. He the boss. I don't care. Cam Pennies is too much. Remember, they're breaking it in. I'm laughing because I thought of Leon when he was playing Little Richard, and they told him he was gonna get a half a cent per record. He was like, "How the hell you got a penny in there?" But yeah, they only pay them pennies. I played a video, and I wish I hadn't deleted it now. But I played a video the other day where a couple of people was talking. They was talking about how I think 1 million streams will give you, what was that? It was a low amount of money. It was like $4,000. 1 million streams give you $4,000. It was something crazy, something like that. And it was always like you had to do 1 million streams. It was just, these people cannot, there is no, I would tell no one, do not set your future out to be in the music business. I didn't say don't do music. Do all the music that you want. Do not make that your primary source of income is your future. No, don't put your eggs in a basket that's broken. Look, that basket has been broken for black folks well beyond this whole streaming problem that we have now. That's just, it has exacerbated what was already happening. T-Boz and them, Left Eye and them are not the only ones. Tony Braxton is not the only one. You hear of people every day that are broke because they got robbed. But you know what you never freaking hear? You know where I'm gonna go. Don't they got people from their side that do music? Why we don't ever hear? You hear about it, but it'll be one. It'll maybe be two people. This is commonplace for us. This is not just the music industry. This is sports as well. This is the acting business as well. Why are we the only ones that seem to can't get a fair deal? Or if we do, it's our own fault we blowing through it. Matter of fact, let me play something real quick before I get into that. Because people give basketball players a hard way to go when it comes to their money. And I want y'all to hear this. And I know a little bit about this because I've had huge overhead before. Watch this. Listen to this.
Advisor, there's probably 1%. Agent at a high number is gonna get 4%.
Right.
But you can negotiate from 1 to 4.
Okay.
So before you look up, you probably at 1.5 million off of 5 with nothing. And these Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions, these girlfriends and these Chanel bags. Before you know it, you not a millionaire no more.
Right.
You a high thousandaire on paper.
Now, let me say this real quick too, because I know people are going to say, well, he didn't buy them bitches. I get it. I'm not saying it. He ain't bought purses himself into bankruptcy. I promise you. Tricking this money off on these little, you ain't tricking it off to the point where you don't want that. No. What people don't understand about this business is that business is designed for them to go broke. I'm gonna tell you, let me pivot real quick and I'll come back. Don't think because you hear them giving those guys salaries on ESPN that this is commonplace for NBA freaking players. That is the elite. They are the buffer. They are to give you the illusion that these men are filthy, nasty rich. And you want to know why they want to give the illusion? So more boys to get out there and keep playing and keep fueling the machine. But at the end of the day, a 4-year lifespan in the NBA, when you are probably making a few $100,000 at the end of it all, it's not going to make you filthy rich. It gives you the illusion. Let him keep going because I want him to say it all.
You can tell him I'm a millionaire.
Right.
In real life, a lot of that pie gone. So again, and we 17, 18-year-old kids, these are our first experiences. It's going to take us, I don't care what you go to school for. Advisor, there's probably 1%. Agent at a high number.
Oh, he said it. So mine is just like this. You got to understand when you're dropping super overhead, because mind you, everybody named mom on a piece. This is why I believe in family economics, meaning black folks, we have to employ ourselves and we have to do business with ourselves. Why? Because that way we don't have to continue to take care of our entire family by the one person who got put on. See, but what it is that we are too connected to their system. Black folks don't know how to clean. That's because there's no money. There is no money in black businesses. I'm going to walk into even one that got pretty freaking. Bravo. Excuse me. I give kudos. I will give her a high five, but that thing lasts too long. I give kudos to people who are black and have had enough wealth inside of it to be able to to make it feel and rival everyone else's, because I know the intent and how much extra money goes into that. I had to produce that. I remember the multiple business I did to rival everyone else. You don't understand the nuts and bolts. Every bolt, like podcast studio. When I built the podcast studio, you think of all of the equipment. You think of the microphones, you think of the cameras, you think of all the software, you think of the mixers, you think of those things. What you don't take into account is the cords, the nuts and bolts, all the other stuff that goes into it. Shit adds up, especially in today's economy. So when I see a black business that is maybe say, and like I say, customer service, to me, there is no excuse. There's no excuse to have an attitude. There's no excuse to not have a system in place. There's no excuse. I'm not talking about them businesses. Them businesses closed because they already were closed when they opened the door. I ain't talking about the one who has to cut a corner here, got to cut a corner there, and people overly judge them on their reviews and things. No, he's black. Now, some things are unforgivable. Some things I chalk it up to the fact of I know that they are a new black business. They don't got it like that. Let me move on. I won't hurt the business. It's just, we have to understand that part of it. I always look at black businesses like a child. If you have we are like 4-year-olds in business. We just knew. We just got to figure it out. We don't have a lot of money. Black folks need that time, that energy, and we need that grace. Again, I ain't talking about the ones that when you roll up to the window, they don't even say, hello, good morning. They don't say nothing. They just wait for you to talk. I ain't talking about them bitches. Excuse me, I love TikTok shop. I do. Oh, God, Jack, what are you talking about? Okay, I'm glad you're gone. Appreciate you, brother. They gave us a new edition. You said my husband. They were kids. See, oh, yeah, I remember that. With New Edition. Was New Edition a part of the Clive Davis part, too? Because I did hear that about them. They screwed over New Edition. But let me let some of the other people talk. Hold on. They gave me a puzzle. Hold on. I was giving me freaking puzzles. All right, let me put this back up here where they be talking again. Hold on. Let me let the next person talk. That was T-Boz. Hold on. Get your ass out. Where you at? Go back. Hold on. This was another one that I heard. This was Jaguar Wright. Now, hey, little lover, the woman did a lot of talking.
Clive Davis put Sean Combs in position. That's what Clive Davis does. The amount of abuse that Janis Joplin suffered when she wanted to leave Clive Davis management. The amount of abuse Whitney Houston suffered when she was ready to write her book. And then all of the abuses that she suffered. You know, Luther Vandross, that was nasty work, Clive. Swinging it at Jay-Z's knees. I'm swinging it at Clive Davis's knees, and I'm swinging it at anybody.
Okay, well, she's swinging her knees. I don't know why you're doing that, but yes, that's why I wanted to play that from her. And like I say, when I was doing my research, because I wanted to be thorough about it, ended up being way more people that I could even cover. Let's just say the man is known solely for giving crumbs off the table, inappropriate innuendo situations that you put him, he likes to put you in, not only for his own pleasure, but also for leverage. The people that we've heard that he, just because they didn't do what he wanted, they're no longer with us. And there's always gonna be one to tell it off. And I agree with you, Kim. It's always gonna be one. Funny thing you say that. This brother, right? It's so funny you say that. I know this was a few years ago, but I remember a few years ago when this brother was talking about what happened. Did y'all hear that all the major black record labels were ready to get together and do one distribution company? One. Now, that's the type of economics that I'm talking about. That is the mindset that you had in the 90s and things like this in the 80s. We knew better. Today's world is different because they're not employing the same type of mindset of Negroes when they bring them over. We'll get there. But watch this. Listen to this young fella.
Jay-Z. He started talking about Jay-Z. He talked about Dame, how solid Dame was. You know, Dame was a good businessman and Dame on his shit. But he was concerned about the nigga Jay-Z. He's a faggot. He's a bitch. He's a faggot. That's all he kept saying. Like Jay-Z was talking about Jay-Z. Come to find out, you know, Jay-Z, Jigga was supposed to be the one who blew the whistle on the whole ordeal. on the whole ordeal, the fact that they was having these underground secretive meetings.
Hold on. So basically what you trying to say.
Oh, he's ready to cut. So let me cut him off there. But he's basically implying that, and I want to say it word for word. Hold on 1 second. Let me see it. Yeah, so it was all the major black labels at the time, and they didn't list which ones in this list right now, but they want to do their distribution company all together to rival those other companies. And they saying Mr. Carter is blew the whistle. Now, this is not here to denigrate Carter. I'm not here. We can talk about it if y'all want to. I ain't here for that right now. Not a fan anyway. Makes sense. Sounds right. Makes a lot of sense why he up there at the billionaire status. Thank you for doing his work. That would have been major against us. See, let me say this to y'all, people. For all the people like Roland, I saw this. Let me play this. It's funny I say that. Roland had something slick to say. You know he always got something slick to say about black people. Even when he tried to call himself, he gonna be challenging. He only got the slick words for black folks. So listen what he had to say about us. Hold on. Here you go.
To all Negroes who are trashing black immigrants, you need to shut the hell up, because an increasing percentage of the black population are black immigrants. And what I need for black people is to have a better understanding of African Caribbean nations. And
First and foremost, why do we, and I'm not, this is when you say this, why do we, who are not in those nations, need to refresh ourselves on who the fuck is coming here? No, you need to, when I read the book of Trip Overseas, when I'm looking at the place I'm looking at their culture, I'm looking at their places, I'm looking at them. I'm not expecting them to know anything about what I require to know anything about what I'm doing. I only played this right now in this clip right now is just because the reason why you don't get distribution companies no more, they try to put it together, or companies like Motown who just basically go in a house and make the hits of all hits, but you're not good enough. But all these people are producing things and you don't get it anymore because you are inundated with something that looks like you, but it ain't you. Again, what did I tell you earlier about the H-1B1 visas? They can run them people in the ground because otherwise they gotta go home. They ain't going home. Same thing with this. They will do any bidding that they ask them to do. They will play any role. They will denigrate any of us. They will take all of our space if they need to because they don't want to go home. I wouldn't either. Again, I'm not speaking to them. I'm talking to us. We don't need to worry about what they're doing. We need to worry about how we respond. One thing I don't do, because people like to do this, like Roland, you need simple sign. You ain't gonna call me a name. At the same time, you telling me I need to be kumbaya with some people that also call me names. Both of y'all can blow. I love TikTok, child. I do. I love it. People always want to try to convince you that you doing something wrong. No, this is your soil. These people are making our products weak. This is all it is. I'm telling you, look. If all the major black labels that we all knew about, let's just play them. Def Jam had it all. It's the godfather of it all. You got Def Jam. You had No Limit. You got Cash Money. You got Death Row. You got the Bad Boys. I kid you not. You can't disrespect. You got Rap A Lot. You got So Def. You know, you got all of this going on. And even though I know that these companies are subsidiaries of them big dogs, I understand it. Did you see the moves and the pieces that they were trying to do with their money? White people are full of crap when they say they want you to pull your... No, they do not. This is another further proof that I did not want you to. How did all of them get indicted? Why murder ain't go down? Why this one go down? Why that one go down? Everybody's in jail. Why is it Kobe's arguing with the liquor company or whatever he was arguing with? He got to go away from here. Diddy arguing with one, all of a sudden they put Diddy in jail for something they let people out in 48 hours. You do realize that, right? Diddy in jail for years on something they give somebody like 48 hours. But they can make it up as they go along. I tell people all the time, don't talk to me about I don't understand the laws and this, and the third, because it doesn't matter what I understand if I can't get them to act right or to enforce it. They will not enforce any good nature on us. And it's again, smoke that's fire. If Jay-Z is a billionaire now, and this guy is saying it, this guy said it so much that he knows what he's talking about. The guy said, so you telling me, I'm gonna let him finish what he said. This young man questioned the guy that's telling you this about Jay-Z and this whole distribution thing. He's telling you, hey, so you're trying to tell me you think this is this man's response?
I ain't trying to say a motherfucker thing. I just said it, ninja.
You heard him? He ain't trying to say nothing. He told you.
Fuck you mean what I'm trying to say? What's wrong with you goddamn?
Oh, well, he doing too much, cuz. I remember that right there. Cut it off. I love TikTok shop. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's not me. But what I want people to get is this. When people make matter of fact those statements like this and you don't hear nothing else about it because they moved on. Why did it always smoke? There's a fire. Why is the same person that they say did this is the same person in them files? The same person that works for the NFL, that after black folks was over there trying to get the NFL to do something. The same guy now is working with Target. The same thing black folks trying to get something done, whether I agree or disagree, it was black folks doing something to a mass number to the point where they lost money. Every time there seems to be something that we going towards that we need them to do correct, he steps his ass in the way. Brooklyn Arena, you got all the black folks got this place out of their town, and all of a sudden we find out you don't own nothing. I digress. Again, I don't believe, you don't have to make me believe it. I don't have to believe that Clive Davis could potentially have been some form of low life. I don't have to pretend to not believe or do believe. I believe all of them. This is the thing that we have to get to with these folks. Every time you hear about a list, a file, a list, you hear about casting couch, you hear about people for hire, you hear about prostitutes, you hear about politicians and cocaine and strippers, you hear all this stuff all the time. And for some odd reason, only when that story leaks, you say, oh, that was happening. It's always happening. There's nobody telling nobody. You notice no one ever blows the whistle on another person? It's always somebody outside of the circle that blows it up. Because everybody in the circle knows what's going on. So you're the only one showing up to work using proper language, making sure your shirt is tucked in properly. Ma'am, make sure you don't wear, which again, I don't understand how this is unprofessional. Make sure you don't wear your own hair because that's unprofessional. Just do exactly what I tell you to do to the exact way that I tell you to do it. I'm still not going to give it to you, but I want you to keep chasing that carrot. Yeah, you right about that, Ms. Right. And it's just to the point where now it's just, I don't know why people act like they can't see it, they can't feel it, they don't know it. I think at this point it's just delusion. But anyways, let me go back to what it is. Let me say what I was saying about Mr. Davis. But so again, when I watch this show, when I hear about this young man, and I hear the things that he do, it just tells me everything I need to know about every industry. He's the one doing that industry. It's like classic example. Explain to me if it's not them that's the problem and it's us, then explain to me every time you talk to someone now, podcast, not podcast, movie, book, whatever, when they tell you what happened to hip-hop was thriving in the 90s. You're talking about money was probably an abundance. And you know who stepped in? Def Jam was killing it. They had everybody. So if you watch it happen, I can tell you what happened. The Leon Cohen happened. Clive Davis happened. Every time you see one of them step into a role to help you out, I'm just here to help you out, sir. I just want to see you do better. I want to help take this little baby art to the stratosphere. I don't want anything from you, though. I just want to be, I am a fan. If you don't shut the fuck, you here to take it, and you here to run it in the ground. I say this all the time, people. Do not think that these businesses are purchased. They did not buy Def Jam because they loved it. They did not buy BT because they thought it was a great business deal. They did not buy Carol's Daughter because they said this woman is the inventor of natural hair products. None of that. They didn't buy it for that. They purchased it for one specific reason and one specific reason only, and that is to remove it. You are watching the world. Look, if you ever been on your job, especially corporate America, you've probably seen mergers happen. You've probably been a part of a merger before. You know when a merger happens, what happens is this. A merger happens meaning something has to go away. If Verizon and who's the other, and AT&T decide that they're going to now merge, one of them, if not both of the names, but one of them usually goes away. They remove everything, they stripped everything of it. You become whatever they are. They did that to us in the civil rights movement. They took our economy that was running parallel with theirs. And they said, let me integrate yours into mine. We integrated, meaning yours has to go away. So they took it away. And I'm watching that today. You're watching the integration, the aggregating of all things into one or two or three or four conglomerates. How do I know this? How many of you guys? I want you to be honest with me now. Okay. Give me 2 or 3 people. I don't need about 2 or 3 people. We'll use a synopsis. 2 or 3 people, drop in the comment section if you're gonna get a food delivery at your house tonight. I don't feel like cooking shit. I'm gonna get them delivered. Which app are you using? I want to see what you say. So you do me that. I'll keep talking. You drop just 3 people if you don't mind. Drop in there. What app would you use tonight? Just want to know. You say they look at all black for years and they take and they did. They take them all. They take everything that we did. DoorDash. Okay, that's one. All right, Kim. Thank you for that, Sugar. I appreciate that. I'm gonna show you something. That's one right there. Oh, I'm pausing right there because I want to see what the next person says. And it's the reason why I say it because I'd really like to. I would love to know this what people are using. I just want to know. It's one specific answer. But yes, dude, and like I said, while you're doing it, I'll tell you again. I don't believe. Because I'll say it this way. The dash. Okay, so we got 2. So we got 2 out there. Thanks, Trip. I appreciate it. All right, so we'll go with it now. All right, so we'll go those 2 because we move slow moving. I don't want to slow the energy down the show. So let's go ahead and say this. I will be the third then and tell you I was going to use DoorDash as well. Now there's Uber Eats, there's Grubhub, and there's this, that, and the third. I know they have them, but why am I using DoorDash? Why is Trip using DoorDash? Why is Kim using DoorDash? You want to know why? Because we're getting funneled into them. The same way you're getting funneled into Amazon. The same way you used to get funneled into Walmart. Now they're funneling you away from Walmart. Walmart knows that no one wants to shop there anymore by the way that they treat their customers. They're leaking money in that aspect, but they continue their behavior. You want to know why? Because it's time to pivot away from them. Everything in this world is theater. Nothing is about. You want to know what happens? This is the world that you live in. Them folks, that girl named some of the names. That young lady was telling you what the Rockefellers did. Those folks decided to paint a picture. They said, this world will be our oyster. We will make it what we want. This is our canvas. We'll make it look exactly what we want. And then someone stood up and said, but what about the people who won't comply? They'll say, we'll have things for those people. We'll have stuff for those people. Well, what about the people who rival us in business when we try to aggregate it all down into one thing? He said, don't worry, we'll buy them out. And if they refuse to sell, we will demonize them. If they refuse to be demonized, we will remove them. But somehow, some way, we will take that business over. Michael lost all of his wealth. Did he not lose it back? Every time you get some wealth, they take it right back. Bill Cosby spending billions and billions of dollars at this point. It feels like giving money to a system that just keeps trying to get him. See, what people don't understand is that that's how they're breaking you today. They're not going to put you in chains. They're going to deplete you. They're going to back you into corners that you have to make. Oh no, you normally would not make. Then they're going to demonize you for the same mistakes that they just funneled you into making. So you'll have low self-esteem because you said to yourself, I did make the decision on it. You did not. You had no options. Or at least you, in your illusional mind, didn't have an option. Well, Johnson didn't do it. He didn't see it that way, but it is this way. I'm telling you, this is what they do. Again, what did they tell you? TikTok hit the scene. Boom, blew up. It was the #1 platform. It just wasn't American. You want to give me that. This is a security risk. How is this platform a security risk to the United States of America? And all the idiots that, excuse me, I love TikTok Shop. All of the wonderful people who regurgitate that same stuff to me. How is this? China can't own this because if they own this, this is a security risk. But we get all our products from them. they put their stuff in your electronics. They could be putting microphones in there. They could be doing things in there. You don't know. That's fine, but this isn't. No. You're not we're the only game in town, sir. You got to go away from here. So what they do for people, for the BETs, for the Def Jams, for the people who pop out, for the Motowns, the people who pop out of nowhere, that they had no root. They said, we're going to do multiple things. Most of them sell. The few times they don't. And the few times they don't, other things happen. I will tell people all the time, it's quite ironic that all the black people are at the top are degenerates. I am the Negro Nostradamus. I'm going to tell you something that I am not wishing on this young man, but it is coming. You know what is coming? What is coming is this. LeBron James will one day have a scandal that is going to turn. I don't care even so much about his image, but it will be his wealth. They're going to take some of his wealth from him. I know this to be true because they always do. This is not me wishing harm on him. I hope that brother gets to walk away, give it to all his children, so they can pass it down. But I know that the only reason why you haven't heard anything now is because the one thing that these people will not do is harm themselves to get you. And what they would have done if they had released it, if it was some lady that they're going to set out from 2010 to 2020, because always some woman, if they're going to bring her out, it's going to be now because he's over the hill. That man's over 40 years old. He is no longer that dude. Now, thank you for the billions and billions and billions of dollars that you have generated for us and made us a fortune off of, and now we're going to discard of you because you don't get to keep that like that. What, you thought you were going to be the first player to make $1 billion? Who does that? Not in this world. We'll give that to some white dude, but you're not getting that. And I forgot my original point. Why ain't them folks ever in contract disputes? Sports-wise, music-wise, entertainment-wise, they all get paid properly. Why is Garth Brooks not in there talking about he and having money problems? Why is it not known in the country business that they signing 360 deals? Why they not signing them? Why they not getting presented with deals that's giving them $50,000 off a $75 million profit? Why is this? How are you doing this? Why is it my people? Because you don't respect us. I can't smile like I couldn't get my jersey. I'm only taking this job because I have to have wealth. I have to have some level of money to get some level of freedom for myself. But I can tell you, if you giving me a jersey on draft night, I, for one, don't like the fucking word that you call you drafting me. For one. Two, I cannot stand the fact that I know that you people have designed the system so perplexed, so complicated, so much to the point that we can't even notice it with our naked eye, that it only affects my community. And yet and still you do nothing to try to fix it. Lets me know that not only you capitulated in the process of it, you're probably the one perpetrating it. I miss K-Mod too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's just, this is the world that we live in. People are smiling in your face and they're all doing it to you because they know you're too ignorant to what you're looking at. I can see what I'm looking at. And just if you came here for 1 month, just a different time conversation. If I sit on here for the next 5 hours, I have conversations we could talk about forever about things. Everything's just in my timeline that you would say, my God, that is true. That is true. I didn't think about it. I don't compartmentalize. I put it all together. All at the end of the day, it's always one of them at the end of the tunnel. It's always something down at the homes. And I've never been able to find anything yet in this world that we live in that someone did in good faith with my people. You can't find it either. You're not going to find one situation, like you're not going to find where someone paid you something, discarded something because it was going to harm you, did anything that was exclusively and it was good for you. That is crazy that you live in a world where that happens. But these little girls can be out here, be this flat out, not so smart, that I played earlier, that they don't even know what a decade is. They don't know, the boy doesn't know what his birth date is. But yet and still, he'll be perfectly fine in the future because this is wrong. I don't want to live under that. How do you keep continuously doing it? Not with the information. That's why I'm here. I'm here only to disseminate the information that I see fit to my people. And if it resonates with you, damn it, thank God I ain't the only one. This is crazy. And like you said, this man right now, they made it to his 90-something years old. You know how many people probably in the ground because of this dude? I said this once before. I said, I didn't believe that there was a thing called karma. But every time I did some messed up shit, it always came back on me. So I'd be like, it must be some karma for somebody. And I was like, somebody said to me one time, I was like, humans have to deal with karma. Think of animals. An animal may go out in the woods and attack a gazelle, or I didn't say that right, but you know what I'm saying. It's just part of nature. You know, you fit or be fit, survive. But for some reason, these people have no karma, it seems like. Nothing comes back on them. And I know why. It's because I control both ends. I control the behavior and I also control the narrative about the behavior. See, I don't think that's what people get, and I stop talking about, but that's what it is. See, like for him, does not matter anything that this man did there with degenerate behavior in his entire existence, because he controls the outcome of what his legacy is going to look like. Your behavior, but for us, it's the exact opposite. You're gonna hold whatever they tell you to hold. You're gonna be whatever they tell you gonna be. And I just keep saying to people, I watch this all the time with these people. They will literally do the behavior and then control the narrative of the story to the point that they can even make the person a hero, i.e. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk said nothing but vile things about black people over and over and over and over again. And the very media that you get on and you turn on every day, black man, black woman, and you pay attention to it thinking that they're telling you some level of something nice, something good, something at some point good for you. No, if they can sit on that screen and tell you that about that young man, and they also tell you at the same time, trust me, I'm not here to harm you, they're lying to you. You cannot watch the same show, and half the time they're saying things in a way that is denigrating our culture, and you think that they don't feel that way. They all feel this way. Then I digress. Or whatever. What am I gonna do? Don't believe me. Just keep believing them. You're looking at it wrong. And then what they tell you, no, you're just looking at it wrong. I don't think I'm looking at it wrong this time. Anyway, hit the like button, share the live. All right, let me keep going, because my thing is, when it comes to him, again, he's not the only one. Our culture is not gonna survive any of these people. I'm gonna tell you who the new person that I worry about all the time, that he has to finally just build something and get away from them folks, and that's gonna have to be Ryan Coogler. See, they're doing the thing they always do now. See, you're used to the old school way. They found out very fast in the 60s, if you just pop the people that you don't like, Medgar Evers, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, you make martyrs out of them. So he said, oh, look, we gotta stop popping them like that. It's better to, first of all, can you tear down their character to the point where their own people that support them won't support them anymore? That's first and foremost. You try to do that first. If the person lives a lifestyle to the point you can't get them that way, then they think about the measures. To remove you is going to be last resort. That's just all there's to it. Because see, removing you, they'll take your wealth first, all that, and see if they do. Like, oh, side note, could someone tell me? I don't know if they caught this or not, but is Candace Owens still around here, or is she not around no more? I've been hearing conflicting stories. I ain't seen her though. I'm starting to wonder, did they get her? Because I keep telling people, she is an enemy to black culture, but she tells the truth. And I know they gonna get her, Bo. She's alive and pregnant. Okay. Well, now, hold on. Now you said that. Now, did you see her alive and pregnant? Like, did you see her with her baby bump, or did they put out a report you ain't seeing her because she is alive and pregnant? The reason why I say that is because, again, what have we learned today, class? We don't believe anything these people say. So you saw her. Not her Twitter post. You saw her. Just that's a good yes. If I just say yes. That's yes or no. You saw her. Let me see what you say. Cause that's my thing. I know these people are lying in a minute. Okay, cool beans. I got you. All right, so yeah, I just was wondering, because I keep telling people when it comes to her, because she has challenged them little hat people, ooh, it ain't gonna be pretty. It is not gonna be pretty what they do to her. You think they did some other folks dirty? Oh, Candace, they gonna make examples out of her. Yesterday, allegedly, she responded, but I know. No. Look, let's get into a little conspiracy real quick, all right? What do y'all feel about these clones? And when I say clones, I'm gonna just say it this way. I know that sounds crazy on the surface, but let's go deeper. Two things I want you to do. Two things. First things first. First one is hard. The second one is not. First thing I say, I want you to remove it in your mind just for today that you have ever read anything about a Bible at all. You don't know nothing about a Sky Daddy. You don't know nothing about Jesus. You don't know nothing about Allah. You don't know nothing about Buddha, Krishna, none of it. You don't know nothing. You ain't never heard none of them. You just trying to, just for today. Now, when you have a government like China say, hey, we have to make it a law, you're not allowed to clone people. You made that a law. Why did you go out your way to make a law for something that's fiction? That's one. Two, I've seen the videos of sleeves. I've seen them. They're telling you now they're regenerating organs from other things, animals from in perpetuity. Hell, think of Henrietta Lacks and her immortal cell. They're just regenerating things. So if they're regenerating things, you don't think that they're not spending billions and billions and billions of dollars, they're not regenerating people? My only thing is this. I think it's two different folds to it. I think you may have clones, meaning I think they had the sleeves, this and third, but I think part of me says, but wouldn't they struggle with the consciousness part of it? But if they know about DNA and things like that, maybe not so much. I know they've talked about downloading your consciousness into a sleep. I've seen all of this stuff, but what I'm saying is I think it's two different ways of looking at it. You got that way of looking at it, and then you got the old school way of looking at it. How long have they been doing this? Because like incubator babies was a thing. We keep glossing over that. Like they wasn't producing these kids at fairs. I'm not playing. This wasn't a, like, I get it, the fairs games. Oh, it's trickery. Not with them incubator babies. I'm being dead serious. This is not what that was not. No. Hey, come back in an hour. What? People doing this, mind you, again. I think what it is, if you remove the religion out of your mind, because mind you, that's what stops everybody. Because they don't believe it, because that's not biblical. That don't make sense. God would have told us about this. None of this is happening. And I get that for people. But again, I think for humans, I'm not trying to persuade you or not persuade you into the Bible. But what I'm saying to you is that I will say this. I'll say this. This man right here, matter of fact, this man made a very good point. Just hear him out, just what he's saying, and he'll kind of make my point for me.
So it's come to my attention that there are a lot of people that do not know who are in the church. And actually some people who deconstructed and deconverted from the church don't know this as well. But Moses, Abraham, Jeremiah, characters like that never existed. They do not exist anywhere except within those writings. There is no archaeological evidence for ancient Egyptians ever enslaving ancient Israelites.
But now, just not even go there. I want you to think about this too. Even think of biblical anything. Not even just what he's talking about. That's not the only thing being written at that time. You do know there's no books making reference to any of these people in the same era of time. Most of the books that you get are written in different times after the people are supposed to be gone. And I'm not saying, again, if this is true, untrue, I don't know. I can definitively tell you this. It seems like the way all this mud flood stuff happened, some kind of flood happened here. I just say, I don't know. I definitively will tell people I do not know. And so that's why I don't stand on something, because I don't know. Same way I don't understand. You know why, like, if you've been here before, Ms. Wright, you guys know this. When I get to talking about ancient American history, I stand up with my full chest because we have evidence. Things that are proven this thing. When you take that, when you mix it with this, you mix it with my genealogy, that makes sense. This, I am taking a story that is saying the only validation I have of it is itself, is it in itself, if that makes sense. The Bible itself is the only evidence you have to validate itself, is the Bible. And see, to me, I'm a researcher. I cross-reference. I reference some more. You do all that because I cannot take people. Humans are flawed. Humans will lie. Humans will do a lot. But it's hard a lot of times to get multiple people in different entities to lie all at one accord. A lot of times that's truth. Especially when there's some type of physical evidence left behind. Now, I don't agree with his reason for having the conversation, but I just say that for the context of the conversation, that's the reason why you cannot conceptualize the fact that they may be producing things that are not human, but they walk around like they're human. And then they trip you up because then they'll show you a robot. They'll say, this is where we're at. The robot can't even move good. No, they're just showing you whack prototypes. That is not where they're at. No. You said they got a bad memory. No, we have amnesia. I said we have political amnesia, racial amnesia. We have a whole lot of amnesia. Black folks have it. Humans have it in general. We forget what happened 3 years ago in an election. We can't get past yesterday. I just want people to understand that, yes, they're technologically is very advanced. Portals are opening up. Timelines are running together. They're manipulating time. They're putting multiple suns into the atmosphere. They're spraying chemicals on top of you at the same time. They're messing with HAARP, and they have things that are affecting the weather. They're causing other places to have droughts. They are attacking the ley lines. Y'all do know what ley lines are, right? Ley lines, people tell you a lot of different things of what they are. Ley lines ain't nothing but the lifeblood of this soil. That is his blood. And they drain them ley lines all the time. Look up ley lines, and it goes even deeper than that. I don't have time to talk about that, but I'm telling you guys, what you think you live on don't make no sense. The further you go into the ocean, the colder it gets. But I thought you said to me that the core of the earth is melted lava. Wouldn't the ocean boil the further deeper you go, not get colder? Yes, it is. It's the life veins of this world. It is. And they're always digging in our veins of this world. Them ley lines, they're always in it. See, this is why I always say to me, I wonder, the true existence of everyone. Because I don't think to me, this is no different. Let me say this, because I don't really say this out loud. Oh, God, ready to catch some heat for it. And this is not me being self-hating. I'm just looking at the evidence. And this is no hate. Mine is this. I love my culture because I'm part of my culture. I'm not saying I love my culture because my culture better than yours. I just love my own culture. I have a higher self-esteem when it comes to my people. That's it. But this whole everybody out of Africa theory, it doesn't make sense if you look at things. Just is again, this is not facts. I'm just telling you why I say to me it don't make sense. For one, too many structures are older than in other places than Africa. That's one. Two, I always say with the slave story, when you tell that story, when even about the transatlantic slave trade, they don't have a slave story. They get it from us. That don't make no sense. They say white people come out of there. Well, no, all their DNA don't match people out of Africa. There's people that part of their race that don't have the same DNA as African people. That don't make sense. It just makes me wonder. I'm with you. I think we were just everywhere. And I think that the way, and I honestly believe that the reason, and you took the words, you got there before I got there now. I do believe we're from everywhere. I know people talk about Pangea and the Earth being together all at once. I don't know. I'm not even saying why or how. We're not talking about how. I'm just saying I do believe. I don't believe the Fijians that's in the middle of nowhere, them Eastern Islanders that's in the middle of fucking nowhere. I just believe they've always been there. All the countries have artifacts, I agree. Now, mind, this is another thing. Y'all know what's so funny until you say it in Trip? I'm going to tell you like this. You ever look at it like this? You ever notice that they don't encourage archaeological digs here in America? Even though they're always doing it, they just never broadcast it. You got to go to East India or Turkey somewhere in the middle of nowhere and do it. But they don't never want you to do it here. You're talking about the place that you got all these pyramids and mounds and the tunnels and all this stuff. You ain't digging? You ain't telling us that you're doing all this digging. America's an amazing place. In my studies, I would not be surprised if America was a part that's still above ground that was part of Atlantis. I think it was a part of Lemuria. I think it's a lot of those different things. But what you don't get in school, they don't teach you about a lot of this land. Geography, they've taken out of school completely. They don't even want you to know where you at. Even though I don't think we live on the globe map like they say we do. I've been called a nut freak. I told people I'm not a flat earther because I've never been up there. I can't be something that I've never seen or been a part of. I can have my theories. That's all it is. I know this, that they can't tell me that the globe Earth, the way they got it on my shelf right over there, and the globe is real. Because if it was, the flight patterns that they have that's international don't make no damn sense. The flat Earth map makes more sense. Don't ask me. Go look it up yourself. I would love for someone in the globe Earth to make sense for me. I'm not trying not to hear it. Give me a solid explanation. I'll go with it. I'm just saying, stuff don't sound right. And again, I've learned, like you said, class, what we've learned today is these people lie about everything. We could be living on a donut. We don't fucking know. We don't know. You know you on that plane that you get on and you get off. You know you flying over some earth, you don't know what the earth underneath your feet is until they tell you. I also know this. I think the world is deeper than what we think it is. Think about the fact of hit the like button, people. Come on now, shed me some love. Show the brothers some love. We're gonna go deeper. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give you about 30 more minutes, okay? And we're gonna go deep. You give me all this conspiracy theory that you got in your mind that you want to talk about right now. We're gonna talk about that, okay? Because really, this ain't conspiracy theory. This is actually elevating our thoughts to get us outside of that program, and that's what it's gonna boil down to. I appreciate you. And you said we gotta quit the term. Yes, but listen, okay. Let me say this. What's your name? Let me see. I can't see it. I can't see it, but the one who posted the thing about we gotta get rid of the black. I thank you for joining the club. I appreciate you, Shook. I know it's a Shook. Hopefully it's a Shook. If it's not, right on, brother. But no, when you make the statement about we gotta stop using the term black, let me ask you a question. Now, this is a true, honest question. I want to ask this to you. Whoever made this statement, I cannot see your name. Can you explain to me, if we call ourselves the name that you would like for us to be called, what do you think that's going to be different? What's going to be different? I honestly would like for people to do that, because for me, I don't care. I think it's irrelevant. I do. I think it's irrelevant. I think whatever was going to get traction is what we should call ourselves. I don't care if we call ourselves the smooth criminals. I don't care. Whatever it took to get us to get what we need to go, let's call ourselves that. I don't care. People say we're not a crayon color. I agree. And you're human. I'm a human. It's just a word. I don't know. I think the conversation gets derailed when we always talk about not being able to come together, right? Classic example. I do not like the word colored. So remember when they started, I remember about 15 years ago when they started bringing back people of color. I was like, that's ain't number colored folks. You're trying to backdoor me into saying colored folk. So I don't like that word. But I promise you this, if the colored was getting us traction, call me colored. It is what it is. But see, I think what that happens is when you get to talking about them names, what's the point? Do you want to get on board with me or not? Why are you talking about? I don't get the purpose of why we're having a discussion about what the name should be. Let's get on one chord first, and then we can come up with a team name. Okay, how about that? You say American, Indian, Islander. Okay, now look, I'm okay with it. I know we are the indigenous people of this sort. I totally 100% agree with you. But what I want to tell you is that American Indian, especially when you get into tribes, they've co-opted them all. You're going to run in the same way I don't separate the little hats, the same way I don't separate the Italians, the Israelites. I don't separate them pretendians. Because they the pretendian. Because I know once you try to get in, it's going to be a problem. Now, can you get your under? I've seen people do it all the time. I'm not telling you not to do it. Yes, if you can get it done, go do it. Great. But again, do you believe that you can get enough Negroes in this one time right now to get on one accord when it comes to American Indian, or they're going to get on one accord because they've been getting called black since they birth? I just want the status. Once we get in position, we can change it to whatever the fuck we want. I don't care. People want to go by I love it. I'm a history head. So yes, I'm out of North Carolina, so I know the tribes that was in that area, so I do a lot of studying about that. I do that all the time. I know the Maroon people was not too far from where my mother's family comes from. All this is in there, so I'm doing a lot of research. I get it. But what I'm saying to you is this. They have co-opted those things. So when someone takes something from you, you have to build something. I'll give you an example. I used to watch a show called Revolution. Revolution, America fell. Boom, something happened. I forgot what it was. The whole country fell. Boom, it's no longer. Then they had a militia pop up and they took over. Boom, Walking Dead, same thing. Another militia took over. Boom, take over. Did they call themselves the United States is back? No, they just gave themselves a new name and moved on. It's the same people. Same exact people, just new name. I don't care what the name is. I know you want to get into Black's Law in there. I love you. I'm so appreciative. I love that you said that. What you say? Look, I love when y'all get into law. I totally agree. This is my only pushback for people who want to talk about status corrections, law books, and all the information. We're calling ourselves colors while no one's respecting it. I don't agree. Because LGBT is not a group. I mean, they're a group just like black folks is a group. They were able to get rights and set asides and things for themselves. So when you talk about so when I think about it, I know what that means. So what that means is the same thing you get today. I'll give you an example. The reason why I don't get into all of that situation about status correction and all this stuff, black folks just now not calling themselves the right thing and then we're going to move on. The reason why I know it is the same reason Carmelo got 35 years. And then every other case I've seen is comparable to have a white T person in the same position, in the same state that did similar situation, all got less time. Why? Because they moved the goalpost. That's all they do. So I go and learn that Black's Law Dictionary. I learned it all. Get from cover to cover. I know exactly what to do. I get all black people on the court. We go do it. You know what they're going to do? Move the goalpost. See, what it is that you're trying to play a game that they didn't create it. They took it over, but they run it now. And you're trying to play a game inside the confines of what they're doing. They're going to beat you every time. You're on their home turf. You have to do outside of it. Why does the only people to take out a country most of the time is a person, a militia, a group, or someone else? Because you have to do it outside of it. When my man took over Burkina Faso recently, he didn't do it by voting. He had to go in and take that money. He took it. Why? Because he had to do something outside of it. You can't ask the people that are actually making the rules to keep the rules in favor of you when they're bending them against you every day. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful to people, because I do believe learning the information is important. I think that you need to know all of this information. It may help individuals, because I have seen this plenty of times. So please learn it all. I'm not telling you not to. I just don't think that it's just like voting for me. People say local elections are everything. You're right. If you're trying to get something collectively done, but if you're just voting to be voting, no, it ain't going to do nothing locally either. See, identity politics have proven you for 30, 40, 50 years now don't mean sugar honey iced tea to you. You'll still have a poor district just by having a black person in place. So you can't go identity politics. So if I can't go off of that, what am I voting for locally for? Because if I'm not voting for something tangible, like I want something done, that's why I'm voting for this person, so I'm expecting it. It's no need to vote locally. Because that same person can get bought off the same way the one in DC can get bought off. I think what we keep doing is we keep allowing them to educate us up to a point, and then we stop. Common sense says you have no leverage, you can't go nowhere. Especially for a bunch of people who have no conscience and they care nothing about you. See, it's easy to come at black people. You know why it's so easy to get over on us? We have a culture, we have conscience. We feel guilty. We won't do certain things because, man, like class example. Black folks today, you gonna take Trip, you go to church right now. You may not be in the church. Ms. Wright, you may be in church, you may not be in church. Y'all maybe, I don't know. You may be into it, but you go into church. You sit down there. Ain't nobody else in that pew with you. Ain't nobody in the church today. You not going to be in there dropping F-bombs and all that other stuff. You go, oh God, I'm so disrespectful. You not. Ain't nobody around. No one's going to catch you. Only God, if he's around, he's going to catch you. You're not going to say nothing. But then, these folks will make movies where they're getting people with the G upped, they're getting, oh God, I can't, this is so crazy. We live in a world where these words I can't say is how we describe things. But it's frowned upon on here because I can bullet somebody. Man, if you don't miss me with that, no, you controlling the narrative because these are things that you do. But you can do anything in the church in these movies. They cussing, they doing things, they pew-pewing people, they pew-pewing people's privates, they doing all kinds of things. They don't care. So how do you think you're going to appeal to someone's morale when they're willing to do that? How many movies have you sat down and watched and they got some child getting touched and this for 2 hours you got to watch this stuff mess with your nervous system? I've seen movies that I will never watch again. Bastard of Carolina, Bastard out of Carolina, something like that. It's a white TV movie. We'll never watch that movie again. It's a movie with Tessa Thompson, came out a few years ago, something about Mississippi. This movie was so much trauma. These people are making movies just full of drama, and I can't do it. I'm not doing it. That's the same people you're trying to get to pay attention to your morale. Basically, you're trying to get these people to have some standard of morality. They don't have any. What did you say? Oh, don't even get me started on the bootleg. Oh my God, come on now. You know, like I know. People, for my people, I hate to tell y'all my people, but tell them Greek fraternities. Like he said, them fraternities, summa cum laudes, the boule, the Divine Nine, the Links, the Blue Vein Society. What's the name of the children? I can't think of the one that Tamika Mari came from one of them little groups. I forgot. But they got a bunch of little groups. This is what y'all got. Y'all don't even know this. We hear me all the time talk about how they rob all of our wealth. No, there's still a small select group of black people. There is a tiny, minute group of black people who get to pass their wealth down. But these are your buffers. When I say these are your buffers, they're not your entertainers. Entertainers can't be your buffer. Why? Because your entertainer flaunts. Entertainer gets you to want money. And there are a lot of times the entertainers put in front of black people's face. We love on them, so we look at them, and they're not to do anything for you though. See, but at the end of the day, those people represent what black folks want to get to, so they have to take their wealth from them. You can't pass that down because now you've seen too much. But with this one group, and we just call it the boule, just as a catch-all for all the other stuff we just named. This one group, they basically say, okay, we're going to pick you, group of people, and you're going to be the people who are going to be the ones who are going to separate yourselves from all the other people. They're going to strive to be you. We're going to use you to get everything done. We're going to say, you're here fighting for them. You're doing all the stuff. Everyone needs to thrive to be just like you. And at the same time, you're going to make yourself filthy rich, sir, ma'am. Your family's going to be served very rich. Just don't step out of line. And they do it. I'll give you the class example. Did any of y'all guys ever watch Roots? Not Roots the movie, but Roots the new generation. They did like a continuation a few years later. I don't know if any of y'all guys saw. I saw it, right? And I remember watching it. One of the kids. Now remember, I know all this is fiction. I get it. But I remember this is a great representation. One of the guys. This is what I'm gonna tell you. You're not always born into boule, and sometimes they pluck you into it. Because they even did that in that movie. If you remember, go back and watch the new generation of Roots. One of the family members' grandfather, I can't remember which one. It was one of Alex Haley's grandfather, great grandfather, one of them. But hold on one second. Hold on, I gotta fix this tree. Hold on. All right. So his grandfather, one of them, but he thought they were ready to go do something to him, but they basically gave him the corner store. When he became the corner store, he was the now new elite. They bought and paid for him. He gonna do the bidding for them folks. That's exactly how they do it. It's not ironic. Stephen A. Boule, Roland Martin Boule, Jesse Jackson Boule, all the people, Al Sharpton Boule, Oprah Winfrey Boule. All the people who you've known now that won't let you be on them, sit down with you or be your friend at all of them in this group. That group right there is a detriment to you. That talented tip is not your friend. That talented tip mentality has messed you up. That is a trickle-down effect. That does not work. To be honest with you, that is why Garvey was able to get such a large amount of people here in America to follow him, his way of thinking, or globally, excuse me. It is because he appealed to the everyday man. Now, do I agree with everything Garvey did? Hell no. But what I can definitively tell you is this. I understand the intent, and I can understand why his movement was bigger. See, black people need to understand this, especially before they started co-opting people. You do not have to be perfect. Black men, black women do not want you to be perfect. We will forgive you for damn near anything if your intent is for all of us to come up. That's why for me, I would never present myself. I don't want to be nobody's leader. Let me take that first and foremost. I don't want to lead nobody knows that, but I will defend them. I am a defender of the culture. That's it. And I want all men, especially, to be a defender of the culture just like me. LeBron, Jordan, man, all of them, Boule, all Magic Johnson, all of them. How does all of them do? You know what? You got to join to get up there. See, this is what I want globally. I want to talk to my foreign black people and my American black people. This is not Pan-Africanism, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. But what I do want collectively for everyone is this. I want all of y'all to understand you are at the bottom everywhere. It's not just in your country, not on your block, not in your street. You are at the bottom because them folks up there want it that way, and these Boule folks help reinforce it that way, but with a smile. That's all that's happening. I know you thinking that they love you because they give you nice movies and pieces. Look, people, do you know that sometimes well, let me ask you this. I always used to say this when I used to say this to people who believe religion. If you think, like, if the devil's job is to corrupt as many people as he can, and that's what he's on this earth to do, let me ask you a question. Being that all of us black folks have been raised in a religious household, damn near, Which way do you think he would be easier to corrupt you? If he shows up with a pitchfork and a red pitchfork and a knife or something, and he says, "I'm the devil, I'm here to get you," or is he going to show up in a way that he likes you? Is he going to show up in a way that you think it is a positive? So why do you think that every time you see a rich Negro that's in front of you, you think he's your friend? Why do you think that, like I tell white people all the time, you can't tell me what another black person say they don't agree with me, but I don't care. Did you think we was one big Negro? Did you think that we all had the one lockstep recorded all the time? No, sir. People right now lately, I haven't caught it, I haven't been paying attention, but they be like, Judge O'Brown been going off the rail. Judge O'Brown's getting old. Something I've learned about the old Negro mind is that when he get old, especially when he got a lot of mouth and everything, he's not paying attention to everything. He's not catching everything anymore. And I know he's not all the way there like he used to be. Matter of fact, I go back 6 years ago to the FBA conference in Atlanta. I went to that. He was the keynote speaker. I agree with a lot of what he said, but some of the things he said, did they make sense? So you can't shame me with what Judge O'Brown said. You can't shame me that Jim Brown changed his mind. You can't shame me because Muhammad Ali said something. No, even though I'm not talking about Ali, I was talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But what people do is they try to get Negroes to speak for all. No, you can go get Jason Tatum. You can get Jesse Lee Peters. You can get Larry. I don't give a fuck. Get them all. But when you talking to L. Nice to meet you. I appreciate you guys showing up today. It was a really nice show. When you talk to L. though, yeah, because I don't agree with none of them niggas. None of them. And it's okay. See, this is what I want black people to know. Look. This is why I tell all the white people who get mad at me because I talked about Carmella all week last week. Because they was in my comments all heavy. It's okay. It's okay that you mad at what I'm saying. It's okay. It ain't gonna change it. But it's okay. You can give me, like this morning, a lady gave me a dissertation on why I was wrong about buck breaking and what happened during buck breaking in slavery times, right? And she is trying her best. She wrote me a 5-page comment. I promise you, I'm not lying. Go on my YouTube. She wrote me a 5-page comment telling me why I was wrong. And I just hit it with this. You do realize I don't care what you think, right? I'm not here to prove anything to you. And I hate to burst your bubble, man, but you use them YouTube fingers for no reason because nothing you said hit home. And it ain't gonna hit home. The same way when black people get corner one of these people and one of them supremacists, you know the ones on TV that deny everything. The same way black men and black women sat in front of these folks and gave them nothing but pure fucking logic, and they said, nope, don't agree. I hate to tell you, man, but it's on the same way over here. I match energy. And the only difference between me and you is this. I'm saying it because it is true. You're not going to get me to lie to be right with you. Or for you to be right. No, we're not doing that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You call me young man, too. I appreciate that. I got grades over there. You call me young, flirting with me. I'm playing. I'm just joking. He said, fair kind. No, the ISUPKs are not 501c3s. I did not know that. So Zariat and them is 501c3, or is he still with them? I don't even know if he's still with them. I don't even know he was with. But I mean, again, I get it. I don't knock people for doing what they say they have to do. You say, how do I feel about John Henry Clark? That's the master teacher. This is what I love him. I always tell people like this. John Henry Clark, I've watched. Look, let me slow it down real quick for people. So I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. I'll give you my background who funneled me into this way of thinking. I say about 20 years ago. Ironically, it's around the time, I'm a young fella. I'm starting to get information. I'm starting to see things. I ran across a John Henry Clark. The Great Mighty Walk? I can't remember the name of the documentary. The one that Wesley Snipes did. And I watched this, and it was beautiful. And I watched this man, and then I saw his telling. So now, of course, I started looking at his lectures. Now, to me, if you have not ever seen the lecture that he did with that white lady and that white man, them folks, when he told them the greatest freaking line in grassroots history, when he said, how did he put it? I want to make sure I say this right. He says, I only debate my equals, to all others I teach. And he said, today we're going to give a teaching. That was the flyest fucking line I've ever heard. When I tell you that I love that man. People say a lot of times, well, he didn't say a lot of things that you're saying now. I said, John Henry Clark was in his 90s, in the 90s? We have the internet. I can get information done now in a timely fashion that it would take him decades. I can probably do in a few months. That doesn't diminish his intelligence. That doesn't diminish his love for black people. That doesn't diminish anything that he produced. I think people do this. They like to compare. Oh, Malcolm wouldn't say that. Malcolm also passed in the 1960s. He didn't experience the 70s. He didn't experience the crack epidemic. He didn't experience the housing market crash. He didn't experience the Obamas and the BS. He didn't experience any of that. So why you telling me about a man who passed in 68? No, you're going to tell me about how thorough he was up until that point. You're going to have to use everything from 68 and back. You can't go to 69. You can't go to 70. Oh, he died in 65. My bad. It was King in 68. You know what I'm saying. So I want people to say, when I say John McClellan, I love him. My master teachers that I always put on my Mount Rushmore. If I had to put my master teachers, how many people on Mount Rushmore? I think 4 on Mount Rushmore. Which, i.e., y'all do know that was one of the 6 kings was on that mountain. Let me tell y'all this real quick. Let me just give you some game. I'm gonna come back to my Mount Rushmore thing. Look up the 6 kings. And then you're gonna understand why, out of all the obscure places, they put the Mount Rushmore in the middle of the Dakotas. Don't nobody go in the Dakota. Why would you build it up there? You want to know why? Because it was something already there. They blew half of it off and put their own faces on top of it. Look it up. I'm not lying to you. This is what they do. Now, my Mount Rushmore, I probably would say, of course, John Henry Clark is up there, of course. I'm gonna have to put up there. This is my favorite of all time, is Dr. Amos Wilson. I always tell people like this: Dr. Amos Wilson, when he gave a lecture, it may be like watching paint dry, but the knowledge that man had in that skull, I'm sorry, I still listen to him to this day. He's a refresher for me. Okay, I get it. He's part of fraternity. I get it. Do you know Malcolm went to prison? I understand it. What I don't do is that that's a whole of a man. Again, I just told you information about stuff that he may have been privy to, maybe not been privy to. See, what I'm not going to do is, because I give you an example. Professor Smalls. Professor Smalls probably would have went on my Mount Rushmore of people, even though he is still living. James Smalls, he probably would have. He's been denigrating the FBI, so I can't really rock with that no more. But I also understand what he's up against. I'm just telling you like this: just because I disagree with him now doesn't diminish all the information I've gotten from that man. My Mount Rushmore, I have to put up there Frances Cress Welsing. She has to go up there. I have to put that beautiful sister up there. She gave me so much game. Shoot. Who would I put? Oh, well, I'll tell you these, and I say grassroots because you got other political people. You like the Malcolms, the Martins of the world. You got those, because Malcolm is on my list. Fred was on my list. Only thing I didn't care about, only thing I disagree with Fred is power to all people. He didn't realize it himself that them folks were all snakes. He thought that some of them understood their oppression. Neely Fuller could definitely go on it. Claude, of course. You know what's so funny about Claude Anderson? When I first saw Claude Anderson, I saw Claude before I saw a lot of people. I found Claude for the first time off of YouTube. And I said, who is this little light-skinned man dropping all this game about group economics? What do y'all know about Dale Jones? What are you talking about? That's one brother nobody ever talks about. Who's some of them brothers that broke down the boule? I can't think of their names right now, but you know what I'm talking about. A lot of these people I pay a lot of attention to. So there's so many men and women that were in that time frame that were dropping so much game. And it's hard to find even a lot of those old lectures anymore, because YouTube has pushed it out the algorithm. So it's like if you throw in John Henry Clark's name there, it's hard to get a lot of the good ones that you wanted to see. Dr. Amos Wilson, thank God I saved a lot of his stuff. That man was a genius. If you have never seen Dr. Amos Wilson's work, this man touched economics when it came to the relationship between black men and black women, the psychological breakdown of what they do to the black child. It was just, this man is, when I say thorough. Alton Maddox is another one. Attorney Alton Maddox is a favorite of mine. There's just people that were around that you could go that just gave you game. Where native to America. Hey, people don't even know the camel's native to America. Did y'all know that? I think if I read this, was it the camel's native to America? America is, in my opinion, if you had to go by everything you say, it's the oldest place on earth. I do believe that the Grand Canyon was a city that I think I think what happened was when they had that solar flare that happened in the 1800s. If you don't ask me about that right now because I ain't got my phone out. but I can tell you the name of it. They had a solar flare that, you ever seen an electric storm that they had like really a lot of lightning happen? That happened in America, and it happened for an extended amount of time. And I think they even said globally. That happened. They had earthquakes throughout the United States for like a couple of months that were massive in size. All of this stuff is happening here in America. And like I said, I do believe the Grand Canyon was a city. If you go down there and look, you can definitely see where there was a Sphinx that was up there. You can definitely see where there's probably castles that were up there. Because remember, there were castled walled cities throughout America, all throughout America. I saw a map just the other day from the 1500s. The 1500s now, this is supposed to be after Columbus don't sail the ocean blue. This map shows you where Norman Bago, aka DC, is a walled city. Down in Alabama, I think Mobile was a walled city. Chicago was a walled city. Montreal was a walled city. I'm watching it on these maps. They even go into South America. These are walled cities that they told you these people were living in teepee huts. No, these people were advanced, man. What are you talking about? People just producing the word. Look, I always will say it, and I will continue to say it. And I hate that we always bring it up late in the episodes, but because I got to sit one day down, we just gonna go down for like 2-3 hours, and we just gonna talk about all the evidence that we really have that America was not only black first, but America was also a thriving metropolitan area. Let me say it for the people in the back thinking that I'm BS and not thinking. Get your mind away from colonialism. Let me say it again for anybody listening. For the people thinking about horse and buggy, yeah, black folks was running. No, I'm not saying we were the ones in the saloons and this was a technologically advanced city, country, nation, landmass, whatever you want to call it. This is what it is. Yes, they had things that flew. Yes, they had cars. Mind you, you don't need to see it just on the writings of the walls. You can tell from everything that they have produced. They have train tracks. Listen to me. They did not. They tried to convince you that in the 1800s and between the 1800s and the 1950s, they were able to lay train tracks coast to coast everywhere in this country. Also at the same time, build interstates coast to coast all over this country. And now I'm in Atlanta. 1 3-mile stretch of highway. They are on the 8th year of trying to expand it by 2 lanes. You trying to tell me with this technology, we can't produce that? Because you can build all of that. Oh, excuse me. And mind you, I'm not even gonna get into all the other stuff they did in the same time frame. So that lets me know the train system is not new to this. That was already here. Y'all do realize that cars was not the #1 mode of transportation at that time. Thank you, Ms. Wright. Cars was not the #1 mode of transportation, especially in cities. Cities was city. San Francisco kept theirs. Their trolley system, this standard all over the country. The Rockefellers took that out. He wanted people in cars so he could sell his oil more. He could sell the gas more. So they took that out. They ripped that all out. So what people don't know, that's all it is. You say, well, now they dug up. Yeah, they dug up all those tracks. So when you go see old photos when they say they're building them, you can see they're digging them out. When you see paved cities and things like sidewalks, these things were here. I'm trying to get black people to understand this was an advanced place. And I think that the advancement of what we had was even further than what you see today. So, yeah, time travel, potentially. Healing people in specific fashion, potential AI, I believe it was higher than where we're at. I think all of that was here. I think what they did is, like, I'm gonna tell you a movie to go watch. It's a movie called M. Night Shyamalan did. I cannot think of the name of the movie name, but the dude who did it was M. Night Shyamalan. They did a movie. We're in the movie, and what's so crazy is you're watching the whole movie and you expecting, and it hit you with a curveball. I don't know if you ever saw this movie. It was years ago, but in this movie, it's about a colonial town. And in this colonial town, everyone knew that you couldn't go into the woods at night or go in the woods at all because things lived in the woods. It's almost like From, before From came out, but these are not spooky. These were like animals. So everybody knew to stay inside of this, never to go outside of it. But of course, some curious white girls, and I think in the movie she was blind, that didn't help. But this white girl, she was blind. She ended up wandering into the woods. She can't get back because she can't see. She stumbles, falls into a street, and somebody picked her up. These motherfuckers done built a colonial town and convinced everybody they can't go into the woods Because if they do, they're gonna get caught just to keep them believing that they live in a world that they do not live in. So what people don't understand is that, yes, I believe that is what they did when they tell us this story. That is why you had to go to school. That is why you had to be a pilgrim in India. That is why they talked about it over and over and over again, because you had to buy the story. One thing I know about white people, they're going to keep telling the same story over and over again until you can buy it. That's why you get slave stories. What did you say? Yes, they're reverse engineering. And you know what? They not only they're reversing the old engineering, the technology, they're also slow rolling it out. I've seen commercials from the 1920s when women were talking about having cell phones in their car. They had microwaves in their cars. So this thing's in the 1920s. What it is that they put things on the shelf and they roll it out slowly. So just know, like right now, somebody probably in the room with me right now that's invisible because they got technology, and that's why my numbers don't grow. You say, what did you say? Yeah, I talk about, hey, so I can't think of your name, but what is it, Minto? I can't see what your name is right now. But yes, I've talked about the World's Fair. We've talked about the buildings. It's just something you have to go into a deep dive. If you go into a deep dive, you will definitely see that what they told you is not true. Even down to the fact of, like, for example, I'm in my hometown, which is a small town, North Carolina, but they have a small group where people post old pictures in it. And even in my small town, when I say my town's a small town, it is a small town. Even in my small town, the main street was full of nothing but stone buildings, stone structures. They didn't build those buildings. The reason why all the small towns, whether you going in North Carolina, you going in Alabama, whatever, every time you ride, Texas, I've rode them all. Every time you ride through a small town and they had that one main street where all the buildings the same and everybody, it's the same way every time. That's because that's the way them black folks had that city looking at one point in time. It was other stuff around, but see, y'all gotta realize this. I don't know if I've talked about this right or not, but the structures they left, like the Chicago structures, New York, all the skyscrapers you see, those things, those structures, the castles you see, the Capitol buildings that you see, the Star Forts that you see, all those things, those structures are, what else I was gonna say about those structures? Those structures are definitely, they've been here for a very long time. And they're not the only, like I said, they're not the only one, because in those small towns, you have the exact same thing. I don't think I was ready to say. I was ready to say something else, but I lost my train of thought. But you said Black Wall Street, Black man do. Yeah, I agree. What did you say right here? Talked about the orphan trains before too. Look, this is my own personal conjecture when it comes to this, so I cannot prove this to be true. But I will say this. And I said this before to all the people that's in here that's still there, hit the like button, hit the share button. I just thought about this the other day. I shared this with the folks on here, and I totally think this is true. I tell people all the time, everywhere that those Europeans went in the world from 1492 to today, and I'm not even gonna start in 18. I'm gonna go 1492 to today. They said that them people jumped on this water all over it and they kept going. And you notice that them Europeans kept that European accent everywhere they went. They went to Australia, they kept the European accent. Now they ahoy mate, but you still hear the British accent. You go to South Africa, they sound a little weird, but Elon Musk sound like a robot, but he still got that undertone of that British accent. You go to South America, you hear the Portuguese, you hear undertones of things like this. You want to know what don't make no fucking sense? Is why American white people ain't never had no British accent. Ever. Not in the movie, not in the 20s. Thank you for joining the club. I heart you. I appreciate you. I do appreciate that. Not in the 30s, not in the 10s. Nobody came. Not in the movie that they said it from 1850. Did anybody have a British accent? Everybody got an American accent. And then I asked the question, who the fuck did you get that from? You said there was only 2 people here with you at this time. You said you had red natives and Negroes is what you said you had. You said you can't give it to Negro because you didn't let us talk. We had to talk what you talk. Now, who's going to infect who? Are you going to infect the Negro or the Negro going to infect you? You can't be the red native. We don't even know what they spoke because they don't even know. What do I mean? Because the red natives had to go to Indian schools and learn their language. I'm not lying. Look it up. In the after 1900, they had to go to Negro schools and learn how to speak their language. Yes, they're using our language. Bing, 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 bing. You hit it on the head. People think that we're speaking English. They're not. They're speaking our languages. English was a dead. They started talking about language. English, the plain English that they had before, what you heard before, was nothing more than gibberish. It was one of those languages they said was very simplistic. When you hear names and words like Tuscaloosa and Alabama and Philadelphia, these words are indigenous words to this place. Why are we just taking them as English words? Because they co-opt and take everything. See what I mean, Ms. Wright? See, I'm telling you, none of this makes any sense. But at the end of the day, if I get into one of these folks, come on, you know you're just a slave and we're amazing. We're just amazing. We're just great. We did everything. You did nothing. That's what this is going to be. It is what it is. But I get it. The veil of what you produced, what you told us y'all were amazing at doing, it's just falling apart. And we see you for the degenerates that you are. Not all, just the ones who think that you better than and causing all of the pain that we going through. See, for years, they just told us, man, y'all just wasn't good enough. That's why y'all ain't up to something. Now you realize, no, that ain't it. They spend a lot of money, time, effort, energy, and violence to make sure you don't come out of your condition. Anyways, I digress. Yes, anybody got something else? Let me get my butt on out of here. Unless you got something else, I got a whole nother show to do today. Yeah, give me something if you got some. Oh, real quick, too. Ms. Wright, I know y'all be in here after the show sometime. Okay, so this is what it is. So I have a glitch was in my system. I think I got it fixed when it comes to playing music. So today, I'll let it run for a while and let you guys listen to some of the music we gonna have on this upcoming album. So I'll definitely play that. What'd you say here? No, it's probably our own people. You know what? I tell people all the time. I get it. I get why Africans want us to be a part of them. It makes sense. They've been told the story too. But not only that, America's the only place where people are actually, like the black folks, not only did they do well, but they look cool doing it. They innovated. And again, I'm not trying to big it up just because I'm part of the culture. I understand it. And being that I understand it, I understand why they want to be a part of that. But I also need black people to understand something. You know they don't look like you. And I get it. I get it. They want to tell you, this is the excuse. I tell you all the time, white people, all they got to do is give you an excuse. And especially when somebody put it like this. When somebody wants something to be true, they'll take any excuse. If you catch your man cheating and you saw it with your eye, he said, it wasn't me. If you don't want to leave, you're going to convince yourself it wasn't true. So what I've learned in this situation when I watch these people is this. They have convinced us, they gave us an excuse that they just kept messing with our ladies to the point they just don't change our phenotypically. But then for some reason, I keep saying that, but then you'll see families, my family lineage, I've seen a lot of it. No, that's not happening like that. That's not only one. And then two, they do this globally. They did it in Africa. So why you acting like they don't look like us then? Because you can tell the difference. They keep acting like they only did it to us. No, you did it everywhere. The story, let you tell it. Everywhere you went grappled up some people. So we would all still look the same because they colonized your entire continent. The same way they said they colonized this entire continent. Wouldn't the same thing be true? And people keep saying that, like, Fijians have afros. I've seen Asians with afros. I've seen Africans with afros. I've seen Americans with afros. You know what they don't do? They don't go into them backwoods of Asia where they have them indigenous people that are brown and boot black themselves with afros and chinky eyes. Excuse me, that was offensive. I love TikTok Shop. I forgot I am online. I love TikTok Shop. But them people, no one ever said, dude, you're just African. No, they've been there for too long. You ain't gonna question it. You only question black Americans because you want us to all be together because it's for you, not for us. And I'm saying I'm not against, I'm gonna cut this one over because this is a stupid thing over here. I'm not against people, African people at all. I just want you to understand you can't have it both ways. You can't co-opt the people and then think that they're gonna run with you. Anyways, I digress. Anyways, what else we got? Anybody got anything else? I'm ready to cut this one off, but they ain't doing it now. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? But cause I gotta get on that one. Sorry about that. Should make a shirt. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna make. You know what? I actually have the ability to make a shirt. I'm gonna make one. I love TikTok shirt. I'm gonna do it and sell it on here. That's what we're gonna do. You said exactly same with the Omax. You know what's so funny before we get out here when you talk about the Omax? It is so funny that every time they pull something out the ground, whether it's a body, a bone, or a stone, it look like a nigga, and they will still say, no, it's not. Look, again, Common sense, people. If the red native is the one that was here, not you, why don't nothing that ever mirrors them ever be seen? There ain't no carvings that look like them. When you see old paintings that look like Negroes, when they show you the, like I said, the Olmec heads, they look like Negroes. When do these people, how does the people of the soil never have anything left on it? I said the other day, we don't know what they eat because they don't have no food. We don't know them they known for jumping around the circle and having feathers. And I'm sorry, that's black folks too. So what I want people to say is that how did we fall for so long? They have no history. They literally, only what you learn in first and second grade is what you learn. Other than that, they do not. It just makes no sense to me at this point. At this point, why, like I said, when people argue with me now, I just know you arguing in bad faith. Because at this point, it's too much evidence. It's way too much evidence to prove. Mind you, even at the point, even if you have never heard it before, once a person has finally said something that, like right now, what we're talking about right now, if this is your first time hearing it, don't run from it. Just because you may have got to your ripe old age, you never heard it before, don't run from it. Knowledge is not here to denigrate information. History is not here to shame. History is history. Truth is truth. See, them folks have convinced us if we tell the truth, then we bad. We're not bad. I'm not bad because I'm not gonna accept the lie that you told me in school no more. Because I can pick holes all in that story. Like, this is what I do, and this is why I say I'm never definitive. This is what I am. Present me with evidence. I'm a logic-based person. Present me with evidence, and then we'll go from there. Once I put up the slave story as being the reason we have 50 million black people here versus the indigenous reason why 50 million black people are here, I'm going to tell you when I line up all of the pros and the cons or the knowledge that I've learned, the ones that make them be the original people of the soil dwarfs the slave trade. And I do believe that the slave trade happened. These people are just greedy. But you're not going to tell me that primitive people who have wooden boats to get ate up by the most treacherous water in the sea decided they were going to take 12.5 million people across the water when there was a good group of people already there. It don't make no sense. No, the natives just refused to be slaves, so they removed them all. Where are these mass graves? We should be pulling up Native American graves with all these red folks every day then. You said you pupiled by the millions. But for some reason, we keep, move those, get those out of the way. Oh, there's a Negro bone. There you go. How did they get in there? Because they're the only ones in there. people that don't get it. They're the only ones in there. And newsflash, people, it ain't just America. Every time they dig up a bone, everywhere that they go, they get the hills of Australia to the flat plains of anywhere else. I promise you, it's going to be a Negro. But these are different Negroes. This type of Negro has been extinct for 5,000 years. Really? How do you know that? If you see these rings on here, right here, that tells me right here. Side note, let me tell you how I question everything. You know how they would tell you they would take a rock and they could tell you by the rings in the rock how old the rock was? Who the fuck gave you the standard for it? Like, who validated and was able to validate the fact of saying, I counted 6,000 lines, so this obviously is 70 years. How do you know that? Now, they're going to give me some scientific reason, because if you test the sentiment, you'll understand. No, you're going to give me your reason. I'll give you a class example. I told you guys, in 1811 to 1812, they had massive earthquakes, especially in the South. They were just cracking it. It was sucking whole houses into the ground and spitting out nothing but mud. Look it up. I forgot the name of it. But this happened for a couple of months. While this is happening, shit, what am I telling you this for? Shit, I was telling you for a reason. Shit, I was telling you for a reason. Totally forgot my line of thread. That's supposed to get out of here. That's what it is, because I was supposed to be. But anyway, I know what it was. So this earthquake happened. Earthquake happened in that year for 6 months, and they kept telling them this earthquake was 7.9. They were telling me this was an 8 point this on the Richter scale. Oh my God, these things were massive. And I was like, wait a minute. The Richter scale didn't come into, they didn't invent that until the 1930, I think like 1935. So how do you know what happened in that ground in 1812 if you have no way to measure it at that time? You're almost 100 years away from that. No, what it is just like everything else, from statistics to their books to everything that they say, they just make it up. Last thing I say, and I'm gonna get out of here. I watched the doctor the other day. She was doing an interview, and they asked the doctor, "How much time did you spend on diet and nutrition in medical school?" She said 30 fucking minutes. I am not lying. So the human body is a machine that runs off of food, not medicine, off of food. They gave her a 30-minute pamphlet and a course. And now today, I sit down in front of these women, me, you, and everyone else, with your family's whole future sometimes in their hands. Their future, their life, their breath in their hands. And you asking them questions because these people have been trained to know that these motherfuckers only got a 30-minute course. Bothers me. I gotta go. I appreciate the love. I love TikTok Shop. I appreciate all the people who showed up today. Definitely, please come back if you don't mind. To come see me again tomorrow if you don't mind. We're going to be doing it all over again. Different topic, more stuff to complain about. But let me get the song queued up. Today, I think I solved the problem. So we're going to probably be able to run some music for a while. So I'm going to run it for a little while I get my other stuff set up. I appreciate you guys. I honestly do. You guys come rock with me. We roll through this thing. Let me get this song up here so I can go. Because I'm ready to get in trouble. Last time I hung around, I got too comfortable. And then when I got comfortable like that, they said, "Oop, hit that, brother." Appreciate you, Ken. Appreciate you, SGR. Y'all come back tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I do. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and play this. And again, I appreciate you guys for all showing up. Come on, thing. I appreciate you all for showing up. And again, like I said, we're going to do it again next week. Tomorrow, all over again. All right? I see you guys on the next one. All right? All right, I'm out. Let me get up. Hold on. All right, now I'm out. Peace.
You lean in the doorway, first time, still proud. Silence like a thunder, beating way too loud. But you don't turn away, you just cross this room. All that distance between falls out of you. Call a true song, let your head first. Every kiss on keeps rewriting. We don't need every word, we don't know every word. Call the truth on my skin, let the bad things blur. Your breath on my shoulder, that tremble you hide. Every shiver confession running down my spine. Fingers trace the fault line where we came apart. You're talking and touching straight into my heart. You pull off my defense like you pull off my shirt. All that armor between us, falling in the dirt, yeah. Call it truce on my skin. Let your hand say it first. Every kiss on my neck is rewriting the hurt. We don't need every answer, we don't know every word. Call the truth on my skin, let the bad things blur. Yeah, say you're sorry on my lips. Slow, slow. Let me promise on your hips. Close, closer than before. We've been breaking all night, now we're breathing in sync. Every sigh, every bite pulls us back from the brink. Call the truth on my skin. Let your hand say it first. Every kiss on my neck is rewriting the hurt. Leave the anger in the hallway, leave the pride at the door. Call the truth on my skin to a stranger. it like a coffee cup. I wanna hold it in my hands. See you slowly as I wake up. You're alive in my kitchen, like a radio anthem. Little crackle, little comfort. Every song I grew up on. You remind me of everything I never looked at twice till I saw it on you. Doorways, daylight, quiet rooms. You remind me how simple things can feel brand new. Every corner, every shadow too. You remind me. You remind me. You walk down my hallway like Sunday down the aisle. Every step a soft confession, every glance a hidden smile. The line of your back, like pages in a book. I'm reading with my fingertips, every crease, every hook. You remind me of everything I never looked at twice till I saw it on you. Doorways, daylight, quiet rooms. You remind me how simple things can feel brand new. Every corner, every shadow too. You remind me. Oh, man. You remind me. Yeah, yeah. Your hand on my shoulder feels like a porch light left on, like a key on the table, saying this is where you belong. The way you lean on my pillow, like a coat on a chair. So casual, so certain, like you've always been there. Yeah. You remind me of everything I never looked at twice till I saw it on you. Doorway, daylight, quiet rooms. You remind me how simple things can feel brand new. Every corner, every shadow too. You remind me. You remind me. Yeah. That look in your eyes, like the last light in a store, makes me linger in the doorway. Keep on wanting one thing more. Oh, yeah, yeah. You walking, red dress, low dim light. Laugh lines on your lips, gold on your thigh. You don't see me leaning in the shadow, drinking my hand, tracing every move you made like I already understand. From across the room, I'm on your skin. Every slow step closer, I'm breathing you in. Got my hands in my head, but my mind on your waist. I'm undressing your name, trying to savor the taste. From across the room, you feel this too. That slow, heavy pull drawing me to you. If I get you alone, girl, you know how we'll end. Two strangers burning down a one night stand. Oh, you've been down. Touch your heel, my thoughts go dark. Neckline slips, I feel my pose leave a mark. You glance back, hold it just a second too long. Like you heard every filthy line in my song. From across the room, on your skin. Every slow step closer, I'm breathing you in. Got my hands in my head, but my mind on your waist. I'm undressing your name, trying to savor the taste from across the room. You feel this too? That slow, heavy pull drawing me to you. If I get you alone, girl, you know how we'll end. Two strangers burning down a one night stand. Yeah, you drift by my table, perfume cuts through the smoke. You say you've been staring, I laugh, my control just broke. I say I've been thinking about your hands on my chest all night. You bite your lip, whisper, prove it when we leave this light. Hey, from across the room, I was on your skin, now you're back on the door. I'm breathing you in, have my hands in my head, now they're locked on your waist. I'm spelling out your body, learning every taste. From across the room to the heat of your bed, every slow deep breath running straight to my head. When the morning comes, we'll go back to pretend, but tonight we're just strangers in a one night stand. You call me pain, I know it. I wore that word too long. We threw glass at each other. Now the tables all but gone. I keep my pride in my pocket, but it tears through every scene. You look at me like I'm the fire when, baby, we're both the smoke in the scene. I've been holding this house up with my hands full of cracks. Say my name like you mean it, or watch me fade in black, cause I can't keep bleeding and call it love. I can't keep reaching when you won't burn. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm still here, I'm still holding on. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Even when we're both so wrong. We've been pain, but I still see your face in the rain. Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go. I am breaking, but I stay. You never say what you owe me. Just turn your back to the truth. And I got a chest full of thunder, tryna make room for you. I'm tired in my bones now, tired in my mouth, my tongue. Tired of loving so hard and getting hurt by the one I love most. I've been holding this house up with my hands full of cracks. Say my name like you mean it, or watch me fade in black, cause I can't keep bleeding and call it love. I can't keep reaching when you won't burn. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm still here, I'm still holding on. I'm still holding on. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Even when we're both so wrong. We've been pain, but I still see your face in the rain. See your face in the rain. Don't let me go. I am breaking, but I stay. If I walk away tonight, I just turn and call me cold, 'cause I'm crumbling in silence, and I can't keep doing this alone. Don't let me go, don't let me go. I'm still here, still holding on. I'm still holding on. Don't let me go, don't let me go. Even when we're both so wrong. So wrong. We've been paid, but I still see your face in the rain. See your face in the rain. Don't let me go. I am breaking, but I stay. I stay still. I stay. I stay, but I'm breaking, baby. Fresh sheet on the table, a perfume in the room. I wash my hands too long, try to keep my cool. Oh, her voice says take your time, but my pulse don't listen. I fix the edge of the towel and find what I'm feeling. She looks like a Sunday wrapped in warm gold skin. I should keep this simple, but I'm caught within. Every breath I take feels a little too loud. I move like a pro, still I'm shook by her now. Don't cross that line, don't cross that line. I'm trying, baby. Don't cross that line. Stay on this side, stay on this side. She got me trembling. Don't cross that line. No, thumbs glide slow on her shoulders. She sighs like she knows. Oh, I keep my eyes on her work, but she bends my control. The ring on her finger, a test in my chest. Oh, I'm praising pressure. I'm a man under breath. Laughter hits softer than the cream on her skin. I count every heartbeat, then I start again. Move through the moment, don't let it show. But the way she's lying there got me losing my hold. Don't cross that line, don't cross that line. I'm trying, babe. Don't cross that line. Stay on this side, stay on this side. She got me trembling. Don't cross that line, don't cross that line, don't cross that line. I'm trying, babe. Don't cross that line. Stay on this side, stay on this side. Oh, she got me trembling. Don't cross that line. If I lean in closer, I know what I'll lose. So I pray with my finger, and I work like I should. She says I'm gentle, I say thank you, man, but my whole inside is shaking when she takes my hand. Don't cross that line, don't cross that line. I'm trying, babe. Don't cross that. Stay on this side, stay on this side. She got me trembling. Don't cross that line, don't cross that line, don't cross that line. I want you, baby. Stay on this side. Oh, she got me trembling. Don't cross that line. Don't cross that line. Don't cross that line. I want you, baby. Still, I won't cross that line.
You call my name through the doorway. Say you just need one more fight. I feel my pulse in the hallway. Been thinking about this all night. You're tied loose, top button undone. I'm trying hard to look busy when my thoughts come undone. Touch me like a secret in your office chair. Hold me by the waist, mess up my hair. Make my lipstick stain your collar, don't you care? I've been writing you in margins every day we're working. Text me like a secret that you never share, till the blinds fall down. And you got me right there. And you got me right there. You leaning close with the questions. I taste the coffee on your breath. You lay your hand on my shoulder. Hold it just a second to left. I'm signing forms, I'm shaking. Ink bleeding like my comb. I picture you behind me, and guiding rough and soft. Touch me like a secret in your office chair. Pull me by the waist, mess up my hair. Make my lipstick stain your color. I've been writing you in margins every day we're working. Touch me like a secret that you never share, till the blinds fall down. And you got me right there. And you got me right there. I wanna feel your jacket on the floor. Your voice dropping lower at the door. Your fingers tracing lines under my shirt. Slow circle, slow pressure, slow burn. Touch me like a secret in your office chair. Pull me by the waist, mess up my hair. Make my lipstick stain your color, don't you care? I've been writing you in margins every day we're working. Touch me like a secret that you never share, till the blinds fall down. And you got me right there. And you got me right there.
Sitting in my driveway, hands on the wheel. Sun on the hood, but I don't feel real. Bills on my mind like weights in my chest. I've been out here freezing, trying to catch my breath. Phone on silent, world still loud. Too many ghosts in this car right now. I told myself just one more mile, but my heart too tight and my eyes too wild. I'm not proud of the thoughts tonight. I'm just hurting, I'm holding tight. If I don't move, if I don't say, who gon' help me stay? got your history. So I grip that wheel like it's truth and wood. Try to find one reason why I still could. There's a crack in the sky over my truck. Little bit of gold cutting through the luck. And I hear that voice deep in my soul say you made it this far now, don't let go. I'm not proud of the thoughts tonight. I'm just hurting, I'm holding tight. If I don't move, if I don't say, who gon' help me stay? Stay with me, stay with me. I need one more breath. Oh, stay with me till the hurt lets go. I don't wanna fall, I wanna come back home. If I roll that window down and let the night in, maybe I can let this pain start easing. One call away from a saving hand. One step back, I can make a stand. Stay with me, stay with me. I need one more breath. Oh. Stay with me till the hurt lets go. I don't wanna fall, I wanna come back home. Hey. Stay with me. Yeah, I choose to live. Stay with me, stay with me. I still got my name. Hey. I still got my life. I can make it through the night. Oh, ooh, I came in late, shoes full of dust. Yeah, I said, baby, I don't trust us. I know I've been wrong more than I've been right. Left you holding pain on too many nights. You folded my shirt while I folded true. Now I'm standing here with nothing but proof. I ain't proud
Of the man I was,
but I'm here now.
trying to make this love.
If you walk away, I can't blame you, no. But before you go, let me tell you so. Stay with me.
Stay with me.
I'm learning, baby.
Stay with me.
I was lost.
I was lost.
I was lost.
I was lost.
Now I'm on my knees.
Stay with
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Stay with me.
Stay with me.
Stay with me.
Oh, I remember your tears on that kitchen tile. Me acting brand new, wearing denial. You gave me your heart, I gave you a stone, still you kept me warm, kept me from the harm. I ain't asking you to forget it all. Just let me stand up before I fall. I ain't proud of the man I was, but I'm here now, trying to make this love. If you walk away, I can't blame you, no. But before you go, let me tell you so. Stay with me, stay with me. I'm learning, baby. Stay with me. I was lost, I was lost, I was lost, I was lost. Now I'm on my knees. Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh. Stay with me. Oh. If I could fall back time, I come home clean. I'll speak your name soft and live what I mean. Let those horns cry, let this old heart show. I'm not who I was, I'm just letting you know. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm learning, baby. I was lost. Now I'm on my knees. Stay with me. 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 I'm gonna do right. Stay with me. 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 Stay with me.
Low light, red wine, lip print on the rim you bite. Eyes locked, hold mine. Slow burn in the midnight quiet. You left neck till gold chain resting on your skin. You say my name like silk. I already know I'm walking in. You lean close asking nothing but your body asking everything. Every word tastes like trouble, but it feels like worship on my tongue. Velvet in the dark, you and me breathing hard. No names, just hands tracing lines we don't understand. We both know how this ends. Clothes on the floor, strangers again.